Hello, 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 everybody. Oh, hi, Brooklynsquad. How y'all feeling today? Hey, Resentless for answers. You new. Hi, hey, Katie. Katie says this case breaks my heart. She said that at 3:28 p.m. And Kathy B is up in the building at 7:32 p.m. Hello, Kathy B. Ooh, Kathy B, how you feeling? Hold on, y'all. Let me just hold on. Let me just blow my nose. I hate a dirty nose. Okay. When my kids were little, I used to always mess with their nose. I hate a dirty nose. How you know? How you feeling, Mama? How you feeling, Kathy B? How are you, Katie? All right, y'all. This case right here. So let me just say we're going back to back with lives today. You ain't got to go nowhere. It's gonna go straight into the next live. Okay, guys. So please don't remove yourself from here. We're gonna go. I just have to go straight into it. That's how I have it set up. Shout out for for showing me how to do that. I hope everybody is having a blessed Wednesday. It's always blessed when I could wake up in the morning and I'm still alive. I just have to be grateful for that. No matter what else goes on in my life, if I wake up and I'm still alive, thank you, God. Thank you, God. I'm so grateful for that. No matter what else is going on. You know what I mean? Where's Elijah? Well, we don't know. We don't know where Elijah is because his mother left him with a caregiver. Elijah's 3 years old, and he cannot take care of himself, obviously, right? And his mother left him with a caregiver for punishment. That alarmed me. Now, I had no idea about this case until yesterday. I just happened to be driving through the YouTube streets and saw it on the news. So we're going to learn about this case together. But if you know any details about this case, you are welcome to come up here and share it with me. Join me on this platform. Okay? We're going to watch Nancy Grace. We're going to watch the news first, and then we're going to watch Nancy Grace. And then we'll see what she say about this. Okay? Let's get into it. Oh, I didn't even set it up like that. Damn. So let me just go right into it. Oh, okay. Hold on now, y'all. Okay, let me put it. Why have kids if you don't want to take care of them? Girl, these parents are off the chain these days. You've been following since day one, Katie? I feel it's like the Audrey Cunning case, but worse. Are you serious? Really? You want to come up here? Before we do, okay, hold on. Let me just share the screen real quick. I just heard it as yesterday. I'm gonna drop the link just in case. She said quick. Okay, wait, give me a second. Let me drop this link. Why is it not working for me? Come on, y'all. Oh man. Oops. My bad. Okay, what's going on? Let me copy that link again. Copy the link. Why it's not going? I'm doing something wrong. Thank you, babe. I'm doing something wrong. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm doing something wrong. I know I am. What the fuck am I doing wrong? Somebody drop the link. But I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I think I got some other shit on my mind, probably. And it's really distracting me. And I'll tell y'all about that later. Okay. This little boy is what, 3 years old? Where did this happen at? Katie, where did this happen at? Oops. We didn't want that to happen. We didn't want that. Okay, there we go. What's going on? That is not the link. Ignore that, y'all. That is not the link. Can someone drop the link? I don't know why I'm having problems with this. So this child is 3 years old. The mother, you don't know how to get the link? So the mother, who the child, all right, so the child is 3 years old. I'm sorry, y'all. And what the fuck? What's going on with me today, y'all? The mother decided, I'm going to drop my son off with the caregiver. I'm going to drop my son off with the caregiver. Hold on. And teach him a lesson. Well, what kind of lesson did you expect to teach him at the age of 3? That's the shit that I don't understand. What kind of lesson did you expect to teach him? And then she left him there? Is this bitch loony? Come on now. Let's see what the hell the news got to say. Cut the... And it's loaded now? Why is it acting up?
All right, we are able to go on the record now. These are the bond hearings for Friday, February 23rd. Again, I'll note that we have quite an interested group of persons regarding some of our hearings today. If additional people do sign in.
Questions from 12 News.
Can you talk a little bit about why this rose to the level of an Amber Alert? Just talk about.
On 2 days of nonstop searching, police finally broke their silence about this case, but didn't shed any light on what they think happened to Elijah. Wednesday night, Two Rivers police going before the cameras for the first time in the search for 3-year-old Elijah Vue.
I assure them and the public that we are doing everything in our power to bring Elijah home safely.
Investigators pleading for help from the public.
Anyone with any information, no matter how insignificant it may seem, please come forward and share that.
But not sharing any new information or answering questions from 12 News.
Can you talk a little bit about why this rose to the level of an Amber Alert? Just talk about certain.
Dozens of community members, many who don't even know the family, searching for Elijah Wednesday.
Just where is he?
The boy reported missing Tuesday morning by what police are calling an adult caretaker. Family heartsick and worried.
Words can't explain what we're going through. I know our hearts are very heavy right now at this time. You know, we're all trying to be very hopeful.
It's on Mishicot Road at this apartment building Tuesday night that 12 News cameras captured investigators collecting evidence, going through the trash in a dumpster outside of an apartment building, and finding a small slip-on shoe on the ground. It's the same kind of shoe investigators say Elijah was last seen wearing.
Hoping for the best outcome.
I send it to your messenger.
You know, at this point where we're not getting a lot of information.
While police have not confirmed any new information, family did reveal some new details today, Emily.
The missing boy's aunt told 12 News that his mother was in jail, taken into custody just this morning. We've asked whether or not that has to do with Elijah's disappearance, but Two Rivers police have not answered our questions about that. For 3-year-old Elijah Vue.
I assure them and the public that we are doing everything in our power to bring Elijah home safely.
Investigators pleading for help from the public.
Anyone with any information, no matter how insignificant it may seem, please come forward and share that.
But not sharing any new information or answering questions from 12 News.
Can you talk a little bit about why this rose to the level of an Amber Alert? Just talk about certain.
Dozens of community members, many who don't even know the family, searching for Elijah Wednesday.
Just
yes.
Where is he?
The boy reported missing Tuesday morning by what police are calling an adult caretaker. Family heartsick and worried.
Words can't explain what we're going through. I know our hearts are very heavy right now at this time. You know, we're all trying to be very hopeful.
It's on Mishicot Road at this apartment building Tuesday night that 12 News cameras captured investigators collecting evidence, going through the trash in a dumpster outside of an apartment building, and finding a small slip-on shoe on the ground. It's the same kind of shoe investigators say Elijah was last seen wearing.
Hoping for the best outcome of this whole entire situation. At this point where we're not getting a lot of information.
While police have not confirmed any new information, family did reveal some new details today, Emily.
The missing boy's aunt told 12 News that his mother was in jail, taken into custody just this morning. We've asked whether or not that has to do with Elijah's disappearance, but Two Rivers police have not answered our questions about that. No.
What the hell happened to that boy? Can y'all give me a second to figure this shit out, right, with this damn link thing? I don't know why it's not working, y'all. Hold on. Give me a minute, y'all. If it's not one thing, it's another. I swear. Oh. Okay, yeah. All right, there we go. There's the link. I apologize, y'all. Oh, Lord, I don't know what the hell's going. This is like yesterday when Karen was Karen was going through some shit too with her channel, right? Listen, we go through it sometimes. Y'all want to leave, bye. There's some people that want to still rock with me to stay. Some people left, I see. Peace. Hey, mama.
Hey.
I don't know what the fuck going on with me today, girl. It's all good. So, go ahead.
So he's missing from Wisconsin. They have been searching where the caregiver lives and where their mother lived, which was 3 hours away in the Dells. There's a lot of water where the caregiver lives. He is claiming that he woke up at 8 a.m. and He had left the apartment, but he didn't call and report him missing until 11 a.m.
You did, baby. Hi, baby. It's me. You recognize my voice.
The last time that he was physically seen on video is February 16th at an auto body shop. So they're asking the public for camera footage from Ring cameras, any sort of camera.
The last
to-
time who was physically seen?
Elijah
At the
was
auto
seen.
body stop. At the auto body
Yeah.
shop.
Yes. And the
Who?
mother,
Elijah?
yes. And the mother is claiming that she sent him to the caregiver's house for discipline,
Right.
but his discipline tactics were related to some sort of religion. And stop. And it consisted of standing by the bed for an hour to 3 hours.
Oh, Jesus.
He only changed his diaper once a day.
What?
Yep.
Was that on the news?
There's like I
Well,
don't
we're
know
gonna
if that
watch
was
Nancy,
on the,
but- Go ahead.
I don't know if that was on the news, but it was like under what he had like admitted to or something with the police. It was a report.
Interesting.
And I don't know. It was just very traumatizing as to what all his tactics were for discipline because he needed to know how to be a man. He's 3 freaking years old.
At fucking 3 years old, he needs to know how to be a man.
Right.
What?
And like I said, the mother just got custody back of him over the past year because CPS had him.
No way. So he was taken away from the mother before.
Yes.
For
And
what? I wonder for what.
I'm not sure what for. She has been in trouble with a few things. So I think that is part of it. She has a few things on her record. Now the caregiver, his record is horrible. And he has charges with children.
Really?
And yes, and the baby daddy has been in prison. So
Now, he is really a caregiver, or was he her man?
they call him the caregiver, but it was her boyfriend, and she said that she has only known him a week. She has given the police, she's given the police 3 different stories as to what happened or what she thinks happened. So she has 2 obstructing charges against her along with child neglect. And she has a $15,000 bond. The caregiver has a $20,000 bond. He's just charged with child neglect at the moment. They had court on Friday, which that just got rescheduled because the mother got an attorney the day of court. The caregiver does not have an attorney. Even if somebody were to pay his bond, he's on probation through the feds, so he would get picked up by the feds.
Interesting.
Yeah, so neither of them are allowed to be around any children under the age of 18.
So they both locked up, which is good, but they still can't find the baby.
Correct. I do know that they took his vehicle. It did have like a GPS thing in it because it was a newer vehicle. I will say the police are being very tight-lipped and not saying anything. In all their press conferences, they haven't really said much of anything because I guess there's been a lot of rumors on social media. But the family did speak out in the press conference yesterday.
Okay. We can watch that.
You know, and they just want him home safe, and the grandmother broke down, but they don't want that either of them out of jail, which I don't blame them. Personally, because of the caregiver's record, I personally don't think he's with us anymore, if I'm being 100% honest.
What kind of record did he have, Mama? Do you know? Like what his charges was for the other kids?
I don't remember exactly what they were, but I can
It's
definitely
okay, because
pull them
we're
up
gonna look
again.
them shit. Yeah, we're gonna look that shit up.
But I know the mother has had like traffic violations, and previously she had
What's her mother's name?
a charge of a dangerous weapon.
What's the mother's name?
Katrina Bauer.
Okay.
And the caregiver's name, I think, is Jessie Vang, which is
Got it right, but
one of the baby daddy's best friends.
No way. Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Nope, I'm dead serious. So at first I thought he was the baby daddy's like cousin or brother, but he's just a friend.
Wow, yo, this shit is crazy.
Yeah, so this case is like, the first few days were like crazy because there was really no information.
You're right, you know, if CPS didn't give these kids back to the mother, he might be okay right now.
Well, that's the thing. He could still be alive right now. And I don't know, I don't know what the mother thought this man was going to do, because she admitted in court that she knew of his previous charges and what he was capable of.
Oh.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of, oh shit. So they're gonna have a trial thing and everything. So this is gonna be like another like you said,
A harmony case.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you said is worse. And we didn't even think it could get any worse.
I feel it's worse because he has, I wish I remembered exactly what his charges were with children. But I knew that some of them are like, yeah, but
it's any of them it's sexual, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yes. Yeah.
Man.
And so how they were showing in that video where they found the shoe, they have been searching the landfill because they didn't know if possibly he had put him in the dumpster because the shoe was near there, because he was reported the day after they picked up trash. So, and he's saying that he left out of the apartment complex, but if anyone knows, apartment complexes have heavy doors. So a 3-year-old is not going to get out of that.
Exactly.
And I guess it's a really crummy apartment complex, so they don't have cameras. But I will say that they have dogs searching, and they brought dogs to the apartment complex, and they didn't smell his scent at all, which means he was carried out of there.
Yeah.
By somebody.
Damn, man.
Yeah. And the only reason I have all this information is I follow people that do live search and rescue boots on the ground that
That's
have
a good
been covering
idea.
them.
That's a good idea. I
So
used to find certain things like that too. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and doing that. That's a good idea, Mama. Wow.
yeah, because they're all about only putting out facts, because what you see in the groups and stuff is just it's crazy.
Just yeah, it's just they don't really know. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the people that's out there doing them boots on the ground shit, like they're really out there. So if they're finding stuff, then
Right.
most likely it's
Just like with the Audrey Cunningham thing, they haven't come out on the news or anything and admitted that the person that found her found clothing, but the guy did an interview and he specifically said what he found.
right. I heard that there was a pair of pants or something over there, and then there was another rumor that she could have been prego.
I don't know about the pregnancy thing, but I'm talking about the pants.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I heard about the pregnant. That's why I didn't. When I did my live on her, I was gonna talk about that. Then I said no, I'm not gonna say that because I don't know if that's true or not. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, that's just true. The news didn't say nothing. Parents didn't come out and say anything, so I'm not gonna
I
say
mean,
shit.
the mother did admit in that thing I sent you today with the Nancy Grace interview that about the pants, and she didn't find out until the guy did the interview that found her. Police didn't tell her that.
I gotta watch it again because I seen the interview. I mean,
Yeah.
the thing you sent
But
me,
it's just,
little clip you sent me,
yeah. I
and
sent you
then
some
I was
more
looking at the comments in
of
there
the
too.
whole video.
People were going at her.
Yeah, and people are blaming the mother, but she had no idea.
Right. And what I was told, well, not told, but from what I saw, certain comments, some like people were really bashing her, but then certain people were saying she tried to reach out to her daughter, and the baby father was not trying to hear it.
Yeah, she did. She admitted that she tried to reach out to the father and he would not answer. She even tried to have family reach out to him and no
Right.
response.
Right. And the stuff that he was saying to her and this and that. So I was like, oh
Mhm.
wow.
And she admitted that her fiance said, I don't trust him. He's
I
trying to
don't
get
trust
you
him.
alone. I don't trust him.
Don't go meet him. I don't trust him. It's just something. She said my fiance has a good judge of character. I was like, okay. I didn't even know
But
she was
I mean,
engaged.
with the Elijah case, I do feel like they're not talking, and I feel they both know what happened.
Which one? Which one?
The one that you're covering right now, the
This one?
Elijah.
The mother and yeah. I saw Nancy Grace is talking about it. Y'all want to see what she got to say?
Jesse definitely knows what happened because he was in his possession.
Of course. He can't just wake up. Just like another
He woke up and said that he was gone, but why did it take him till 11 a.m. to report him missing?
Well, here we go with the Cody case. His father woke
Right.
up. Oh, my son has disappeared.
Exactly.
Come on now. So wait a minute. You said that it took him to 11 p.m.?
No, 11 a.m. 3 hours.
11 a.m.?
Yep. It took him 3 hours to report him missing to police.
That's
So my
crazy.
thing is I truly think that he was gone way before that. And I think that the mother was coming back to get him. And what was he supposed to do? Because he wasn't there. I think discipline went wrong.
Yep. How was she? Oh my God. I would be.
And they are trying so hard to find him, and we're already a week in and nothing.
Yeah, I just now found out about this. That's why I'm glad you're telling me stuff about it, because I was like, I do want to come on and, talk, check this out with y'all, but I didn't know nothing about it. But you know me, I'll still come on and we could learn as we go, check it out as we go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shit, ain't nothing wrong with that. Y'all want to see what Nancy Grace got to say? Because she got a little team over there together.
Yeah, I haven't heard what she's had to say, but I would be definitely interested to see.
Okay, I'm going to put it on right now, Mama. Stay up here with me. You
All
good. The baby good. Shit, I don't care. That's the baby. He chilling. That's some messed up shit, man. I was like, oh, man, another baby, man. This just never...
Well, and that's the thing. It's such a messed up case. Like, it's wild.
Hey, Cracker Barrel cheese. Tonight's the night. And boy, you are going to shine.
Me that photo. Look at that little angel looking. Have you seen a photo of 3-year-old Elijah Vue? Because I can't get that photo, that little face looking at me out of my head.
Oh, you fixing dinner, you know?
Somewhere out there, I'm looking at him right now.
Already, girl.
This little boy is waiting for us to find him.
You could
Is
come
he
up to
dead?
if you want
Is
to,
he
baby.
alive? Is he alone? Where is Elijah Vue? Now, this is what I know so far. This little missing Wisconsin boy, Elijah, his mom says he was a, quote, disciplinary problem. Well, I think she's the disciplinary problem.
Okay.
This woman, oh dear Lord in heaven, why'd you have to show me that photo? Look at that little angel. Look at him. This little boy was sent away to a, quote, boot camp to, quote, teach him to be a man, where he would have to stand in the corner for hours on end without being allowed to sit down and repeat over and over, I'm sorry, Mommy. I'm sorry, Mommy. I'm sorry, Mommy. I'm sorry, Mommy. If I could get my hands around this woman's neck, I would definitely be charged with murder one. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. Thank you for being with us here at Crime Stories and on Sirius XM 111. Where is he? Mommy was known to send him away just to get away from her own son. First of all, I want you to hear what we know right now from the police chief. Listen.
This child was 3 years old and was reported missing on a cold winter temperature day with only a blanket and possibly light clothing. And we knew at that time possibly 3 to 4 hours.
Or something.
I define that as
Hold on.
I immediately reached out with the assistance of my staff to the Division of Criminal Investigation. This is not about me. This has always been about bringing Elijah home, and quickly. They led that investigation into his whereabouts with the support of our FBI. We also utilized almost any boat, UTV, drone, canine, and even National Guard helicopters to search for Elijah. Unfortunately, Elijah wasn't found.
With me an all-star panel to make sense of what we know right now. But first to Aisha Morales, joining us, WBAY TV2 out of Green Bay. Aisha, thank you for being with us. I want to...
3 years old is supposed to learn discipline and learn how to be a man. Insane. That's so crazy. That's the most craziest shit I have ever heard. I thought I heard some crazy stuff, but this is insane. Look, Nancy Grace got the whole team there. She ain't joking, y'all. Go ahead, Nancy.
Talk about, first of all,
hashtag her on this
when
video.
did he go missing, and when was he reported missing? What do we know, Aisha? Because those two moments in time could be very, very different.
Yeah, so initially when we got these reports, we were learning that it was February 20th, so a week ago, yesterday, February 20th. From what we know now with the criminal complaints, there is a discrepancy, and we reported on that here in Green Bay and talking about how Vang initially told police that he went missing around 11 a.m. on February 20th. And then the story did change a little bit, and now we know that he actually went missing around 8 a.m. And as you know, any minute a child is gone, it matters. And so there was that first discrepancy with regards to the time that he disappeared, or at least the time that he was reported missing by Vang himself.
Hold on. So one report, he was missing, he was gone at 8 a.m. on Feb 20. What was the other time? I didn't get that. When was that?
11 a.m. was the initial report.
Feb 20 is a Tuesday. I'm trying to figure out. So there's a big discrepancy between 11 a.m. and 8 a.m. And a lot of people may think, oh, that's just 4 hours. Let me tell you something. Somebody driving 60 miles an hour times 4, that's 240 miles before he's reported missing. And I've got another problem with that. Let me go out to Thomas E. Fisher joining us, former Milwaukee PD police detective, now owner of ThomasFisherInvestigations.com. Thomas, thank you for being with us. I have a problem with that because I can tell you right now what time my children wake up in the morning. My daughter gets up at 6:05 a.m. My son gets up at 7:05 a.m. And I know they're up because I go and check on them. So how can you, at the best, Thomas Fisher, how can you not know where your child is for 4 hours between 3 hours between 8 and 11 if they're in the home? Right there, I got a problem.
That's a very good point. Basically, you have somebody that was not watching this child or transported this child someplace else. Based on what we know,
That's a long fucking gap time. She is so right. A long gap time. Do you think it's a possibility, Katie, that he could have sold this child?
It is very possible. However, my thing is I don't think that's the time he actually went missing. I just think that's when he was reported.
Right.
It was a cover up.
Right. Damn. I don't think he sold the child, though. I think he did something. I don't know the story, really. I'm listening to what you were saying, but I was just, throwing facts, not facts, just throwing stuff out there because trafficking is so big out there these days. You know what I mean? But
Right, I get
he
that.
could have did something that didn't go right. His little discipline shit. He must have lost his temper.
That's my guess.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
and what the investigation has revealed to date is that he was disciplined that should not be given to a 3-year-old.
Well, Thomas Fisher, you are the former Milwaukee police detective, and you are the owner of, let me say, a highly successful private investigative firm, but you left out another glaring possibility. They're lying. You said either they weren't watching them or something about the time discrepancy, or they're lying. And can I just point out to you, Daryl Cohen, jumping off what Fisher just said, you're the former prosecutor, now veteran defense attorney. Daryl Cohen, what do you do? How do you explain that to a jury, if there ever is one, how you weren't watching your child in your own home? I mean, it's not that hard in your own home to know where your child is for 3 hours. Coincidentally, on the very day he goes missing, a 3-year-old shouldn't be out of your sight, Daryl.
Nancy, at the age of 3, he or she, in this case he, doesn't have to be out of your sight for you to know where he is, because you hear the noises that he's making, the absolute chaos that comes with a 3-year-old. So you don't explain that to a jury. You have to keep your damn big mouth shut and not say anything. But it's really sad that he has disappeared, and we hope that he'll be located alive and located okay. There's no excuse for parenting the way she was trying to do it. It's non-parenting. It's prosecutable non-parenting. You don't have to see your child. Just because you think your child's in the house doesn't mean he is in the house.
Right.
He can be in the kitchen. He may or may not be in his bedroom. You don't have to look at him all of the time. You don't have to hear him all of the time. You don't have to be with him all of the time. And suddenly when you go look for him, he's not there. That's reasonable. That's explainable. That's something that you have to
Quick
deal
question.
with.
That is scary. And what she did was insane. Oh, God damn. I don't understand these parents these days. If you are unable to take care of your child, why can't they just take their child, go to court CPS, get your child removed? Get your child removed. Go to a family
Well,
member.
I will say this too that I didn't include is the mother also has a daughter, but the aunt has custody of her.
Oh.
So why didn't she ask the aunt or somebody else to take custody of him if he was too much for her?
Right. Interesting. So she got a daughter too. And the aunt has her? Why didn't she, like you said, why didn't she just go and say to the aunt, I need you to care for my son. I cannot do this.
Right. The aunt did show up to the court hearing and said she did not want her out of jail whatsoever. She needs to pay her consequences.
Okay, for real. This is crazy. Did she really? Was this a pub plan all along?
I mean, it's hard not to believe it to not be, considering the fact that she admitted to knowing she knew of his past charges and what he was capable of.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and she stayed with him the 16th and went home the 17th. And he was reported missing on the 20th.
Wait, say that again?
She went and stayed at the caregiver's house or apartment on the 16th because she lives 3 hours from him.
Mm-hmm.
And she went home on the 17th and left Elijah with him. He was supposed to have him for a week for discipline.
So she was there at the house for a little while. She got her little rocks off, left Elijah with him, and now Elijah's missing.
Yes, and he had to keep saying, sorry, mommy, like, so when she got him back, or he would have to say, like, certain Bible verses over and over again.
That was his punishment.
Yeah, it's some sort of religion, but I don't remember what it's called, as the way they discipline.
Right. That's insane. I can't believe that CPS even would give this monster lady her child back. What did she prove? How did she prove that she was a good parent for this lady to get her child back from CPS when her daughter's is with her aunt?
That's what I really want to know, because if she was doing better, she would have custody of both of them, you would think.
Right.
So here again, we're back to
The system.
failed system.
Yep. Once again. See what else he got to say.
Yeah.
Daryl Cohen, where exactly did you go to law school?
I think the same place you did, and that's probably in Macon, Georgia.
Mercer and NYU, because obviously you didn't get the class on BS, technical legal term. Good luck telling that to a jury. You don't have to see your child to know that he's okay. N-O. You know, it's a miracle. I've met your daughter's beautiful. It's a miracle they grew up safe and sound, and apparently sane, when daddy didn't know where they were half the time. Let's get back on this case. I'm wandering far afield. I want to hear more of what the police have to say about their search efforts. And think about it. A 3-year-old little
The
boy,
shade.
Aisha Morales, WBAY, and Thomas
All right,
Fisher
Angie.
joining us out of Milwaukee. What
Did you catch
were
that,
the
girl?
temperatures around this time?
Yeah.
6:20, Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. or 11, depending on what the parents feel like saying at that
type of
moment.
girl.
But what was the temp? How cold is it there?
It depends on
Well,
what
I
day it
remember
is.
actually that
Yesterday,
morning, it was
Go ahead,
a
go ahead,
mild
Aisha.
day. Sure, it was a mild day actually in comparison to other February
She
days.
wanna
We do
laugh.
remember that, but
Keep a straight face.
we also know
see
that
it, right?
he was 45 pounds or so. So anything below 50 degrees, 40 degrees, even though it's mild for Wisconsin standards, it was still pretty chilly. You would need a jacket or at least a coat, and he didn't, from what I understand, didn't have that.
Okay, wait a minute. You call 30 degrees mild?
We do here in Wisconsin.
Really?
Okay, I understand that. Where I'm from, that is like you're in the
Ooh.
Antarctic at 30 degrees. Oh, okay. So for me, 30 degrees is cold. And I'm wondering how that would have affected this child hypothermia wise. But I'm opening up a whole nother can of worms. Let's get back to the search. Listen again to Police Chief Ben Meinhardt.
Why record podcast on
Yeah.
Zoom? And you can use Riverside. Switch to Riverside.
Those leads,
Yes, you know the shade. She is throwing it, baby. There's no sun to catch it, honey.
those investigations, everything we've taken as tips have led to searching our neighborhoods, searching all our waterways, aerial and foot canvases, both urban and rural, throughout Manitowoc County and even beyond. We've searched Wisconsin landfills and quarries, and we've even had additional leads in Wisconsin Dells. In addition to all those search efforts, I am aware of other investigations taking place. I can confirm Elijah's mother, Katrina Bauer, is in jail on charges of child neglect and obstructing. Katrina's boyfriend, Jesse Bang, is in jail on charges of child neglect. And I do know that Elijah's father has also been incarcerated at Oshkosh Correctional Institute in unrelated matters since 2023.
Did this kid ever have a chance? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Right.
Elijah Vue, 3 years old, last seen Feb 20, after being sent to a quote boot camp to be disciplined by his mom's boyfriend. Last seen wearing gray pants, dark colored long sleeve shirt, red and green dinosaur slip-on shoes, may have his red and white plaid blanket. That's a blanket he's had since he was a little baby. I've seen him in photos holding the blanket up to his face. You're looking at Elijah. There he is with the plaid blanket.
Baby.
That's what he had with him. And I
Yeah.
guarantee you, when this child is found alive or dead, he's going to have that blanket with him. And I want to point out to our guests, I don't know if you remember this, joining me is Mike Hadsell, president, founder, Peace River Canine Search and Rescue. Do
That
you
must have been his
remember
favorite blankie.
when Kelly Anthony was found? She was murdered by her mother, tot mom Casey Anthony.
Oh my
She
God,
was
yes, I remember
wrapped
that case.
in her favorite, I believe it was a Disney princess.
Yeah.
Could have been a Winnie the Pooh blanket. She had that with
think it
her.
was Disney.
And you know what that's a sign of, Mike Hadsell? That someone connected to the child killed and buried, disposed of the
Yes.
child, because the child has a personal belonging with the child when it is discarded or disposed. Mike Hadsell.
That is so true. What you think about that, what she said, Katie?
Oh, I absolutely, I believe that he might have the blanket. I think that was used in the process of, for being 100% honest.
Even with
Because Why would they have found a shoe? You obviously were trying to clean up.
Hmm. Even with the other case that she just said, Casey Anthony, remember that case?
Yep.
Who can't remember that shit, right? I followed that
Right.
one. God. That little baby, she's right. She was buried with her little princess. I think she's right. I think it was a princess, a little princess blankie or something. Like that's when you know
Yeah.
somebody close to you had put the, has something to do with it. Somebody very, very close to you because they know what's your favorite blanket, what's your favorite teddy bear. A random person is not going to know those things.
Exactly.
Crazy.
What should the search be encompassing? This is cold. It's in Two Rivers, Wisconsin. There's bodies of water. You hear that they're out, boots on the ground. They've been walking the neighborhoods. They've searched the waterways. I don't know to what extent. Have they used sonar? Have they used divers? To me, waterways or a forest would be an obvious choice to dispose of a child. I'm still praying he's alive. Mike Hadsell, where is he?
Well, you have two options on this. So we have to one assume that he's alive and he ran away. So if he did that, children of that age don't wander far from home. They just want to get out of
He
sight
didn't
because
just
they
say
want to
run
scare the
away.
parent and shake things up. And so usually we find them within a half a mile of the house, usually near a structure, another apartment building, or sheds, things like that. That's usually where we locate them because you got to try to stay warm. On the other side, if something nefarious happened and the child was murdered or died for some reason, they decided to dispose of the remains, he's going to be, oh gosh, where are you going to start? I mean, there's so much wooded area around there. There's a lot of rivers. The easiest disposal, of course, would be in the rivers. One of the disturbing facts that came up was the shoe that was found in one of the dumpsters that they say may belong to the child, which I do believe led to the landfill search that they were working on. If that's happened, then they're going to have to move quickly because the remains won't last long in that landfill.
That's what you said, Katie.
You know, Mike Hadsell,
Sure.
everything you said is perfectly correct, but horrible. Aisha Morales, WBAY TV2, please tell me about the landfill search.
Sure. So as soon as they were told that the shoe, like you said, the shoe was there that was found, they initiated that landfill search. I remember that day, and our partner station in Milwaukee was able to get aerial shots of that. They had it up, they had people searching, investigators there. It didn't seem to amount to much. We haven't actually spoken about the landfill search since that day last week. It's been nothing but people, the community searching. But as far as the landfill, we have not heard anything about what they possibly found, if they continued to search. But even after a day, it was kind of quiet at the landfill.
To you, Aisha Morales, WBAY TV2, where is that landfill as it relates to where the boyfriend was keeping Elijah?
It shouldn't be too far away. I think it's within the same hour or so for the county. But that's just it. There could be multiple landfills too. I know that some people were mentioning that trash day, so that was a concern. The thing is that there is a lot of information that leads to some of these searches, and the landfill included in that. So I was seeing in a group on Facebook that a lot of people were chatting about this shoe, were chatting about trash day, and a lot of those tips led to the landfill search, but it's not too far from that area.
Hold that what you've got up on the screen right now. Good Lord in heaven. I take it that this is the so-called boyfriend. Is this?
That's his jacket.
Am I looking at the boyfriend here, Jesse Vang?
Look at
this. Because look, if I am, I can tell you right now, those aren't glamour shots at the mall. These are shots that go
And he
way,
found the
way
baby.
back, and they're all mug shots. Why in the world would a woman pick this guy with mug shots dating back for years to, quote, discipline her child? I don't get it. Look at this. Aisha Morales, what's on his rap sheet?
Yes, Aisha.
There's a
let's
lot
get
of
into
different
it.
charges, including
Child
child
abuse.
abuse for sure, fleeing an officer. You guys
Battery.
have it, possession of cocaine, drug, bail jumping, lots of disorderly conduct type of charges, but child abuse is on there. So that was one of the first things that we noticed as well.
Child abuse, fleeing officer, manufacturing, deliver, possession, cocaine. That's cocaine with intent to distribute. That's a major felony. Resisting an officer, possession cocaine, resisting an officer, bail jumping, DC, and DUI. And that's who is going to take care of your child. Joining me right now, special guest from childhelp.org. If you haven't seen it or heard of it, go online. Childhelp, one word, .org. Megan Crine is joining us, Director of Communications. Megan, do you know how many millions of people would have paid $60, $70, $80, $100,000 to buy, adopt a little boy like Elijah Vue? But yet these two keep him. And did you see what they did to, quote, discipline him? Make him stand for hours on end saying, I'm sorry, mommy. I'm sorry, mommy. I'm sorry, mommy.
That's
I'm sorry,
disgusting.
mommy. Forced to take cold showers, stand for hours on end, stay in a dirty diaper, banned from playing with the only toy he had at Vang's house, a toolkit, because he was on, quote, extended time out. Yeah, woman, oh, dear Lord in heaven. Wait a minute. Hold on, Megan Crine. Now I'm seeing all of mommy's mug shots. That's 3. 1, 2, 3. 4. Don't bother to cry in your photo. This is on you, woman. 5 mug shots that I know of. Megan Crine, I don't understand. With all of these mug shots, all of these offenses, somehow this little angel was born. And then he goes missing.
BAUR.
Yes, it's heartbreaking. And you wonder, we had seen those beautiful photos of Elijah, you know, it didn't seem like he was always abused, right? Like he was in that little car, he had his second birthday cake, he was well dressed. So it just wonders what happened. Was it drugs?
No. I'm sorry. I really disagree with you, Megan Crine, but I do now. Remember the Turpin family in the House of Horrors, where the mother and father would dress them up in matching. There were like 8 or 9 of them. There were a lot of children, and they would be dressed up in matching outfits. And I mean, the whole shebang, matching t-shirts, matching bows, matching dresses, all these photos of them at Disney.
I'm wondering, are they in some type of addiction? Like,
I mean, it has been mentioned. I don't know for sure.
It has been mentioned online, you mean?
Yes. Now I will say they are not speaking anything about the landfill. However, they did put up a tent and crime scene tape, but they have not disclosed anything. So I don't know if they found more evidence at the landfill or what.
What did they find at the house?
Nothing. The only thing they've found so far is the shoe. One shoe.
And she lived in a different house, right, Mama?
Yeah, she lived in a different apartment in a completely different town 3 hours away.
Oh, shoot. Jesus, right. Wow. And the baby father.
The baby's father has quite a record too, and he has children charges too.
Oh, wow. I know what you mean by children charges.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, man.
At various functions, but yet when they went home, they were shackled to the bed, starved, tortured with putting food in front of them but not letting them eat. There were scratch marks on the inside
I
of
put
a
Nancy's
closet
Grace link
bedroom
down there, y'all,
door
just in
where
case.
they wanted
I
in
am
the
still
closet trying to
showing
get
video.
out, put in a dark closet. They had
No, you're right.
13
It's a
children
show.
called the House of Horrors, and they looked great on the outside.
Yeah, putting on a show for everyone else to make people think that you're a wonderful parent. And parenting can be is hard. And there's so many resources out there. And if you see something, if I just find it also hard to believe that nobody thought anything was going on with Elijah when he's getting shipped off to his mom's boyfriends for discipline at 3 years.
I wonder if anybody else even knew about it. Guys, we're to the point now where police are begging the public for help. Listen.
On Saturday, we announced a Crime Stoppers award of $1,000 for information leading to the location of Elijah, and have since provided other ways that people can donate here in the community or abroad. Currently, we have those established as coming to our customer service here at City Hall, our police department, and I'm also working on establishing an online route for people to do so. When that becomes available, I will reach out to everybody and let you know.
A little bit more from Chief Minor. Listen.
This child was 3 years old and was reported missing on a cold winter temperature day with only a blanket and possibly light clothing. And we knew at that time, possibly 3 to 4 hours. I define that as endangered.
You're darn right it's in danger. But now I want you to hear about what led up to the 911 missing call. Take a listen to Nicole Parton, Crime Online.
February 20, 10:59 a.m. Jesse Vane calls 911 to report the 3-year-old boy he cares for is missing. Vane says he fell asleep caring for Elijah Vue at 8 a.m. And when he woke up at just before 11 a.m., Elijah was gone. He is last seen
This
wearing
is
gray
some BS,
sweatpants, a long-sleeved dark-colored shirt, and red and green dinosaur slip-on shoes.
Thomas E. Fisher joining me, former Milwaukee PD, now runs his own PI. Tom, have you ever noticed how many children just disappear while mommy or daddy's sleeping?
Yeah, that doesn't happen too often. No. I've seen cases like that over the years, but it's usually something else that occurred. Yes.
And just think
Yeah,
about it, guys.
definitely.
Look at these mugshots. Of all the men in the world, mommy picks this guy to take care of her 3-year-old son. This guy. And since his last mugshot, what is that? Aisha Morales, WBAY. He had to put his own area code tattooed onto his neck. Is that what I'm seeing? 920?
That is, and I was doing a little bit of research looking into it. I believe that it could be tied to some local gang. I've seen that in other mugshots before for this county. So yeah, 920 is our area code, is what he has on his neck.
Got to be gang related. Oh, he's getting better by the minute. Why this guy? Out of all the men in the universe, she picks this one to discipline her child. Okay, that said, police asking for help. Take a listen to Rachel Bonilla, Crime Online.
It could be a possibility he could be in the game. They got the Mexican gangs.
I've heard that it's like a hate gang relation thing.
Really? Damn. Look at his all those freaking, his rap sheet is very long. How old are these people, these monsters?
The mother is 32. I'm not sure how old he is. But he goes by a bunch of alias names as well.
Thank you, Mama.
The search continues for
crazy.
Elijah Vue, with many in the public asking how a 3-year-old can leave an apartment and go missing on his own. The local police ask for help at the state and federal level, and soon the FBI are on hand to help. Local and regional groups use boats to search rivers and streams, while air searches are conducted with drones. Canine units are brought in for searches on land, but 3-year-old Elijah is still missing.
And family is pleading for help. Listen.
On behalf of my family, we stand before you today with heavy hearts burdened by an unimaginable situation. The pain is indescribable, a torment no family or child should ever face. We cannot express the depth of our sorrow.
I can hear you.
Nor the desperation that consumes us as each moment passes without news of Elijah's safety. To anyone who may have information about Elijah's whereabouts, we plead with you to please come forward. Your courage, your compassion, your willingness to speak up may hold the key to Elijah's safe return.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that
You're hearing Elijah's aunt. It's certainly not his mother or boyfriend asking for help. Wonder why? Wonder why they aren't asking for him to be found. That's a whole nother can of worms. But now take a listen.
Oh, you're so
to
sweet.
what actually happened to Elijah Vue while he was at his
boot
camp with the convicted felon. Listen to Dave Mack, Crime Online.
Elijah's mother is 31-year-old Katrina Bowers.
I would have made
but she
away
wasn't watching
with
her
no
son
income.
at the time he went missing. Bowers' boyfriend, 39-year-old Jesse Vang, has been taking care of the boy. Bowers says she's letting Jesse Vang
No, I
discipline
couldn't do
Elijah
that with no
Vue,
income.
helping to teach him to be a man. The 3-year-old is not potty trained and still takes a bottle, but Vang puts him in timeout when
I would have been a good
disobeys an order.
babysitter.
Jesse Vang explains timeout as a time where the 3-year-old must stand in one place and repeat, "I'm sorry, mommy," or pray for 2 or 3 hours at a time.
To Daryl Cohen, former felony prosecutor, now defense attorney, joining us out of the Atlanta jurisdiction. Daryl, question to you. Do you think, just go with me on this, what's the likelihood that these two, the mommy and her convicted felon boyfriend, were torturing the boy in his boot camp disciplinary 8 days, and then somebody else came in and abducted him? Do you really think statistically that's even possible?
No, Nancy, it's not. But on the other hand, what are we talking about torture? Is it extreme discipline? Is this really torture? Do you think his mom or his, quote, mom's boyfriend would torture him? They were wrong in what they did, but that's not torture. And could he have wandered out on his own? Of course he could. It happens, unfortunately, all of the time. Close your eyes, turn your head, and your child is gone. That can happen. Now, why she didn't report it earlier, who knows? Maybe she was hoping they could find him. Maybe thinking a self-search would make him available. But that doesn't make it torture. And that doesn't mean that she knew that the boyfriend had been arrested so many times. And if you notice, his last major arrest, other than DUI, was almost 20 years ago. So I think you're making this worse than it is for these two people. As the evidence unfolds, we'll see. But I can't prejudge them. I don't see her as a good mother,
Daryl,
but I don't see her as a torturer
Daryl,
either.
please put him up. Daryl, I don't give a flying fig about these two people. I don't care what happens to them. You're right about that. I don't care. I want to find this boy, and it's their fault. And how you, with a straight face, look, I know you're a defense attorney, but that said, with a straight face, say it's not torture to force a child to stand in the corner for hours and hours repeating Bible verses and "I'm sorry, mommy." You don't think that's torture? Because
Nancy, how
I
do you know
do.
that's
Jump in.
How do you know that's the truth? How do you know that what you hear is they really made him do that? Who told you
And
this?
to
Where
change
did we
his
gather
diaper
this
once
evidence?
a day.
Let's not
You know what?
prejudge these people.
Let's ask the reporter Aisha Morales.
Ooh, Nancy, what y'all think? What y'all gotta say? What y'all gotta say? Your
I'm
new
glad she's
superior.
tearing that guy apart because he is wrong. That man only changed that boy once a day.
He let that
And he
little
had to
kid
take
sleep.
cold showers.
What?
Yeah, he had to take cold showers for discipline.
Come on, now you serious?
Yeah. And for that man to stick up for him is wrong. I know he's a defense attorney, but I'm glad she's tearing him apart.
Right. And he felt that is not that's not a problem.
It's neglect, if you ask me, and abuse.
An abuse, right? What about if somebody did it to his damn grandkids? Would he like it?
Right, and we don't know if he was feeding him or not.
Malnourished. Oh my God, so many things. Yeah, I put the other live that we're supposed to do at 9 o'clock. I put it for tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. And that is going to be Adam Wash's son. John Wash's son, Adam. I'm sorry. Okay. What y'all think about that? What you think about that, Katie?
It's interesting.
It's what?
I find it interesting. I
Yeah.
just not expected, that's for sure.
Not for me, right? Not for me. We'll see what happens tomorrow. 7:30. All right, let's see what she got to say.
Where's that knowledge coming from, Aisha?
Well, it's hard because we have a whole timeline
attorney is
dating
not
back as
worrying
far as
about
November.
nothing
And then you're talking
but
about the
his
days that
pockets.
led up to Elijah's disappearance, or
You better
what
say that, you
his
know.
disappearance was reported. February 14th is when Bauer eventually told
Okay.
investigators she was in Two Rivers. That's where Elijah went missing for a period of time. And then the thing is that we haven't really mentioned a whole lot is that she would go back and forth between Two Rivers, checking in on Elijah, who was getting this discipline. And then she'd go back to Wisconsin Dells, which, Nancy, it's about 3 hours away.
Daryl Cohen, his last bust was in 2023. That was last year. It wasn't that long ago. And
What was it for, Nancy?
as far as DUI,
Big deal. That doesn't make him a
I
top
don't care if you sold cocaine yesterday or 10 years ago. You're not babysitting for my children. Bam, there you go.
No, we
And as
did
far
that.
as where we're getting the information, right now, the mom and the boyfriend are sitting behind bars on other charges related to mistreating this child. The mother, 31-year-old Katrina Bauer, arrested 2 days after Elijah goes missing, charged with felony child neglect and obstructing police. Currently unemployed. Surprise. Jesse Vang, the lover, he's behind bars right now too. And he is charged with mistreating the child as well. So what do you mean? Where am I getting my information? I'm getting my information from what the cops put in an arrest warrant. So are you doing the whole O.J. Simpson defense? The cops are lying. The cops planted the evidence. It's a big conspiracy. What?
Come on,
the cops
Nancy.
made the arrest. The police made the arrest. That doesn't mean the information they made the arrest on is accurate. Where did it come from? PFA?
Guys, we are trying to help find Elijah Vue, a 3-year-old little boy. The tip line is 844-267-6648. And speaking of what the parent, oh, yes, and there's a $16,000 reward. As a matter of fact, let's take a listen to Chief Ben Minert describing that reward.
When you can actually see the craftsmanship that went into making something, you're transported back to a simpler.
Today, the FBI has now provided an additional reward up to $15,000 for information leading to the location and return of Elijah Vue and or the arrest and conviction of any individual or individuals responsible or involved with his disappearance.
There you go. I find that really disingenuous, Thomas Fisher, former Milwaukee PD, now Private Eye, to say they weren't torturing this child. And where do you get the information? And the police are probably lying.
I doubt that the police were lying. You know, you get this type of information through taking statements from the individuals involved. You're talking to other people that have knowledge of what's going on or may have some knowledge of what's going on. To sit out here and say the police are lying and putting this in a criminal complaint, you know, that doesn't fly. The parents are just, they're two terrible people. And what we need to do is let this criminal justice system take care of them down the line. But right now we need to find that child.
I want to go back to Mike Hadfield joining us from Peace River Canine Search and Rescue. Mike,
yeah,
I
they
know
were
that there
lying.
has been
No facts.
as
Yeah.
Aisha described it, a landfill search that cooled off. But at this juncture, don't you think starting at the apartment complex and going out with canines would be helpful?
It was in the first couple of weeks after after the child went missing. You would want to use the canines at that point. However, the weather doesn't play well to canines. When the temperature drops down below 32 degrees and into those lower temperatures, the dogs become ineffective because there's just not enough odor available for the dogs to work properly. So you have to wait for the good weather.
What do you mean by that?
Well, for a cadaver dog, you have to have at least 38 degrees to get the dogs to work well. Take your freezer at home. You put the meat in the freezer, the meat freezes, it doesn't smell anymore.
She's trying to
The
look
same
innocent,
problem
and
with,
he looks
human
like an
remains in the
abuser.
field. You've got to wait for it to at least get up over
They
38
both
degrees for the
monsters,
dogs to be able to work
right?
effectively. They may bump into something. If you're doing a tight grid, you might get lucky. But even in the water work, if the water's too cold, it's going to be hard to get odor up for the dogs to be effective. So that's one thing. They're using helicopters, they're using drones. If they're using thermal cameras, which I'm assuming they were thermal drones, the temperature between if the boy is alive, you're going to get a really good heat
No,
signature
all three of
from
them
that.
too.
If
Matter of
the,
fact, all three of them
boy's
was
remains
monsters
are out
because
there.
the father.
Again, we have to look at the latch rate of when it was warm versus when it was cold. Can we still find remains? If it's, it has a lot to do with the weather.
Father knew
And unfortunately,
that
up there in
his
Wisconsin,
foot-
they're having a
and
wild winter
that's,
this
hold
year.
on, and let me let him finish, and then I'm gonna say what I
It's,
gotta say.
65 degrees one day and 12 degrees the next. So it's interesting to see how well they would be able to find it. Landfill searches, as you brought them up, it may have cooled down on that because landfill searches are a nightmare, and they take a lot of manpower and a lot of time to do them effectively. You basically have to take all the trash out from that day. You have to spread it out in sections. You have to have about 20 people to go through it all, and along with the cadaver dogs to try to look and find what you're looking for. So it's a very expensive and labor-intensive thing, which is probably why it cooled off, because they don't want to spend the money right now to do it until they're really sure they have nothing else to look at.
The grandmother of 3-year-old Elijah Vue.
Hold on, Nancy. Let me say something. It makes me so even more upset and just not even confused, disgusted, because his biological father, his father is friends with this monster.
Right.
It's like the monster pack here.
My thing is if he left as he's claiming he did, you can't tell me that somebody wouldn't have seen him and been like, "Where's your mommy at?" or tried to call the police.
Right. Hold on,
Now, I will say that they've searched the apartment complex a lot because there is a predator that lives in the same building where he lived. There's been nothing.
Yeah, man. And they think that this kid just wanders off. He's 3.
Exactly, and he would have had to go through. He would have had to have gone out the door of where Jesse lived, and then out of the door of the building.
Where is that? Can you pull up? Can
And
you
there
pull up?
is no.
Where's they building at? What's
There's
that
no
building?
fingerprints or anything on the door of that little boy.
What's the act? Where do they live? Where do they live? Like, I want to pull up the building.
I'll have to look and.
All right, let's finish watching Nancy Grace, and then we're gonna pull up the buildings. I want to see something because Katie is definitely right.
Vue has just spoken out in the last 24 hours, emotional, crying, begging to help find Elijah Vue. This
Who cares
3-year-old
about
boy
the
was reported
manpower? Get
missing
up and find
Feb
that
20
baby. I know
by
that's right.
Jesse Vang,
That is
the
starts to
boyfriend
sound like a
of Elijah's
classic
mother, who
sincere.
told police she had sent her son,
They
the
took
3-year-old, to stay with Vang
off
so he could teach the 3-year-old boy, quote, how to be a man. That is in the criminal complaint filed at the county level. Vang then tells police he was taking a nap and miraculously, coincidentally, oddly, wakes up to find the baby is gone. Now, both Vang and Vue's mother, Katrina Bauer, have been in lockup on charges of child neglect. The family is begging. A child missing since she's been murdered. For any amount of time is every parent's worst nightmare. Hundreds of resources have been used in the search. Drones, helicopters, canines, all used across the entire county and beyond. Aisha Morales, when the chief says
unbelievable
county
girl,
and
that boy ain't walk out
beyond,
that door.
where
That's why I
else
want to
are
pull
they
up the
looking?
thing.
They have been going now in multiple counties. It's not just where he went missing. It is now even as far as the Milwaukee area, even into central Wisconsin, which is about 3 hours away, where Bauer herself was going back and forth from. So she was, it's from what it seems, according to this complaint, she was not there that day. She was there the days before, but not that day that he went missing. So because she was in Wisconsin Dells, 3 hours away, and they have resources elsewhere, they're just searching far beyond where he went missing in that neighborhood.
She said always blaming the babies.
I know this. The county sheriff, Dan Hartwig, closed his press conference in the final plea to the public and was fighting back tears as he thought of this missing 3-year-old boy. There is now a $16,000 reward in the search for 3-year-old Elijah Vue. Tip line 844-267-6648. Repeat, 844-267-6648. Please help us bring Elijah Vue home. Goodbye, friend.
Thank you, Nancy. Always blaming the damn babies, right? I feel you, you know. It's a shame, man. It really is. That baby, I wanna. They really expect us to believe that the baby pulled that heavy door open, or 3 years old. What floor did they even live on?
I can't find the apartment complex, but when I do, I will send it to you. But it's like a brick building, and it has a big, heavy blue door. And he lived on the first floor.
Okay, so, because I was going to say walk down the stairs, but still, open that door, that heavy door. So it's an apartment complex.
Yeah.
So let me see something. You know what? That's where she lived? Oh no, he was at. He lived there.
That's where he lived.
Can you spell his name for me?
It's JESSE VANG.
Jesse. Wait, JESSE.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Here, I can, and then VANG. I can send you this picture of the apartment complex, but it's kind of hard to see because it's nighttime.
You send it?
Yeah, I sent you. It's like from a news report. It's hard to see though.
Let me see. Let me go back to StreamYard because I can't believe this shit. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Debbie. How are you? Thank you for joining. Debbie up in the building. Oh shit. Debbie is from Karen's one of Karen's peoples because we was over there with Karen supporting her channel last night, but she came on real late though, so I know you was like, oh, I didn't see you yet yesterday, Katie.
Yeah, I wasn't active yesterday.
It's okay,
had to
boo.
take a break.
I know that's right. I know y'all want me to do my celebrity channel too, cause Kathy B asked me also. Finds Elijah Vue. Is this it? The discussion group thing picture?
It's from there. I did send you one, but it's like it's
Okay,
nighttime.
that's good enough. So look at this. That boy is no way in hell. He can't. Oh, y'all can't see it, right? All right, hold on. Let me show y'all. Let me share the screen. Yeah, see it?
I don't know if you can
There you go.
zoom in. It's hard to see.
It's okay, but I mean, just imagine, like, there you go. Y'all can see it now. I know I could. Shit. Now imagine a 3 years old. Now y'all know this is a brick building. A brick building. I know you can't barely see it, but just use your imagination. This is a we gotta use our imaginations right now, baby. Work with me, baby. Work with me. This is a brick this is a brick building, right? So we know those doors are heavy, and that's a nice complex too. That's a really nice building. That's what they call it, a complex? Damn.
It
Well,
actually is not a very good complex.
oh, it's not? Oh, okay. Well,
No,
his new complex is called the prison. So
yeah,
he
they
might
don't
have to.
have. It doesn't have video cameras or nothing.
Really? Oh
Yeah,
shit.
and they
Well,
let
mine's
like,
don't either though. Mine's don't either. Mine's
and
don't
they
either.
let them. They let whoever live in there apparently.
Yeah. So imagine a 3 years old opening up a heavy door to that complex. No way in hell. And just walking down the street like he chilling, like he going to his people's house. You guys to be freaking kidding me.
Right.
Come on. Ain't no way in hell. No way. What is the group saying? That group is public?
It is public, but
Well,
I'll be honest. There's not much in there.
oh
But
Jesus.
but there is like their records in there. But I mean, that
Let's
was
see what
pretty
they
much
saying.
Nancy Grace's.
Just seen this TikTok on the shoe being found 3 hours ago. One of the mother's neighbors was on a YouTube and said it's definitely Elijah's. Not 100 facts, just saying what I observed. Praying they find him on the way or another. So that's supposed to be the sneaker right there.
Yeah,
So they got the shoe.
they got one shoe.
One shoe. That's not good.
No.
Where is the YouTube of the neighbor? For real? Where's the YouTube of the neighbor?
That's what I want to know.
Yeah, well, we want to know where's the YouTube of the neighbor. I saw it. Somebody said I saw it. I can't find it, but I watched it, and it is mute and a big waste of time.
Told you.
Is all saying Katrina is like the best mom ever, and but yet now we know she sent Elijah there for abuse.
A lot of people are saying, yeah, a lot of people are saying, I mean, I don't know how true it is because I don't physically know her, that she is known to be a consistent liar.
Annie Ellis, I like her too. Let's go try her. I like her. I like her shit. I was actually going to show y'all her. It's so upsetting, Debbie. So upsetting. But don't go nowhere. We got some more. Don't go nowhere, boo boo. Hold on. We gotta go to YouTube, right? Yeah. Let's fling out over here for a minute. Let's just fling out that. Fling out that. Shit, we got all that shit open. Fling out that. Let's go right here for a minute. Because I did want to show y'all something. Yeah, see, Grace put that. She put people to check. Like she is not playing with them. She has more. She must have some information, this lady. I don't like watching her. Annie Ellis, 10 to Life.
Maybe.
Do y'all see it? Oh, y'all can't see it? All right, give me a second, y'all. I'm going to share the screen. Oops. Come on, stop it. What y'all doing?
It's sad because there are so many kids missing right now.
It is.
It's happening right now, and that's why I think so many of you guys are requesting it, and it's one that so many people want answers for, and things
Now,
that
she's
are
saying
adding up
she has
just are painting
what
a
really
sinister
happened to
picture, as I
Elijah
mentioned. So what
Vue,
I want to do
everything we
today
know so
is I
far.
want to take you guys through the entire case, start to finish.
I
Everything
like
we
watching
know,
her. I haven't
all of
watched.
the updates,
Let's see
all
what
the
she got to say,
documents,
y'all.
everything we've been able to, source and
For a little
figure
while.
out so that we can try to
We
figure
got
out
Debbie up in the
what
building.
happened to Elijah Vue. So guys, we're going to jump right in.
We're gonna do Debbie. I'm gonna do the John Wash.
What's the music?
Oh, the music. Yes, we can't have that. I'm gonna do the John Wash tomorrow. Okay. So I canceled it for tomorrow at 7:30.
Okay, guys, so I've talked to you about Beam Dream Sleep Tea before. It's the tea that I drink every single night religiously. It is amazing. It tastes like a nice chocolate sweet snack right before bed. It's also only 15 calories, 0 sugar. I mean, it's the best, the best, the best. They have the flavors like brownie batter, sea salt caramel. I mean, so many more.
Okay,
Anyways,
you
my
know, I
point
got you,
is the
babe.
last time
Yeah.
that I talked with you about them, I showed a testimonial on the screen because
I'll
I've gotten
find you on
all
my
of my family, all my friends, everybody, a lot of you viewers hooked on
where
Beam.
you
And you
going?
guys loved this testimonial because I think that it's one thing
Oh.
hearing it from me, and when you also hear from other people their results and their experience, I think it just kind of adds weight to it. So instead of sharing another testimonial today, I have plenty
What?
and I will share more in the future. I want to talk with you about my Aura ring and the results
You
I've
said
had with Beam
messenger.
according to Aura. So I've talked with you about this ring before, but it's one that I wear every day and it tracks your sleep, your energy,
nothing there.
your activity, all of the things. And I used to have such terrible sleep before my husband introduced me to Beam that my scores were in the 60s. I mean, trash, horrible sleep. Ever since I have started drinking Beam, guys, my scores are
Okay,
in the
girl.
90s.
Come on.
It just shows that there is proof to this thing. And it's not just a faulty score either. In a clinical study, over 93 code 10 to life, or you can scan the QR code on screen and you can get an additional 20% off at checkout. I'm telling you, if you haven't tried it yet, guys, you definitely need to, especially if you struggle with sleep. It is going to be a game changer for you. And I'm just so passionate about partnering with them because it's something I believe in
Which
so much.
one?
It is something
The,
that has helped me over the last year tremendously. And was obviously nowhere to be found. And this is what prompted the Amber Alert, which Jesse Vang. Jesse told the police that he was babysitting Elijah, that he had fallen asleep, and when he woke up, Elijah was gone. When police got
Which
to
one
the apartment
tomorrow?
where Jesse lived,
The Adam
Elijah was
Wash,
obviously nowhere to be
Yeah.
found. And this is what prompted the Amber Alert, which went out an hour and a half later. Now, while the community was
That would be
jumping
my
into
first time
action to
doing
help
like a
find
OD
Elijah, police were trying to figure out
documentary like
what
that.
exactly was going on and how this 3-year-old little boy just basically
I think that would be
vanished.
interesting.
Now, Jesse initially told police that he was in a relationship with Elijah's mom, Katrina, and that Elijah had been staying with him on and off over the past month or so while he tried to help correct Elijah's behavior. And I say correct because that is their direct quote, but it is nothing like correcting. So he told them that earlier in the morning, he had gotten his own son, who has autism. He got him up and ready for school and then got him on the bus at 7:30 a.m. before then waking up Elijah at around 8 a.m. and bringing him into his bedroom and closing the door behind him. Then he says when he woke up around 3 hours later, he realized Elijah was gone, and that's when he called 911.
That's her.
Now, we'll get
Linky.
into more of this later on.
I like
but
watching
Jesse
her.
said that at any time that he was asleep, he locked the apartment doorknob, locked the deadbolt, and
Pause
connected
her for a second.
at the top of.
What you said, babe?
She just said that he got his autistic son ready for school and off, and then went to go get Elijah and put him in his room and shut the door. How did that man have custody of his child?
Oh, I missed that. Let me rewind that. Hold on. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Thank you.
Jesse Vang. Jesse told the police that he was babysitting Elijah, that he had fallen asleep, and when he woke up, Elijah was gone. When police got to the apartment where Jesse lived, Elijah was obviously nowhere to be found. And this is what prompted the Amber Alert, which went out an hour and a half later. Now, while the community was jumping into action to help find Elijah, police were trying to figure out what exactly was going on and how this 3-year-old little boy just basically vanished. Now, Jesse initially told police that he was in a relationship with Elijah's mom, Katrina, and that Elijah had been staying with him on and off over the past month or so while he tried to help correct Elijah's behavior.
So he was staying
and I say
with
correct because that is their direct quote, but it is nothing like correcting.
Wow.
So he told them that earlier in the morning, he had gotten his own son, who has autism. He got him up and ready for school and then got him on the bus at 7:30 a.m. before then waking up Elijah at around 8 a.m. and bringing him into his bedroom and closing the door behind him. Then he says when he woke up around 3 hours later, he realized Elijah was gone, and that's when he called 911.
Wait a minute, I got a problem.
Now, we'll get into more of this later on,
Wait.
but Jesse said that any time that he was asleep, he locked the apartment doorknob, locked the deadbolt, and connected the security chain that's at the top of the door. So there was no way that Elijah could just walk out of this apartment. After speaking with Jesse and starting the search for Elijah, a detective spoke with Elijah's mom, Katrina, who lives in Wisconsin Dells, which is about 3 hours away from Two Rivers. She said that she had dropped Elijah off with Jesse 8 days prior in Fond du Lac, which is basically the halfway point between the two of them. And she said that she was planning to get Elijah back on the 23rd. She also said that she had not even been in the Two Rivers area at all during that 8-day window. Now,
First of all, I got a problem on what he said. He said he went and took his son. What he said, took his son somewhere, right, to the bus.
He got his son ready and off on the bus at 7:30 in the morning.
Right. Hey, Cynthia, baby. She said, "Hi, amazing group." Aw, thank you. You are amazing too, mamita. But what really got me was, why would he go back in his room and put Elijah in his room with him and lock the door? Why wouldn't you put Elijah in
The
another
Nancy Grace thing, it said that he went to bed at 8 a.m. And I thought that's when he had woke up, because that's what I've been hearing is he woke up at 8 a.m. and didn't report him to 11, but he ended up going to sleep at 8 a.m. and waking up around 11, is what this girl has said, and Nancy Grace. But okay, that means he would, instead of getting out at 2 doors, he would have had to have gotten out at 3. The bedroom, the apartment, and then the building door.
Right. Exactly.
And he's saying that he always locked the door. Okay, well, how's a 3-year-old gonna get a deadbolt undone?
Yeah, but what got my things up here going is when he said he grabbed Elijah and brought him back in the room with him and locked the door. Why is Elijah sleeping in the same bed with you?
And why did the bedroom door have to be locked?
Have to be locked, exactly. If your son has his own room, why he can't share a room with your son?
Right.
Then we got to remember he got a child abuse case, so things that make you go,
But my thing is, how does he even have any sort of
access
custody
to
of his
kids.
son?
Right. How did he get custody of his son if he's a child
And
abuser?
nothing against his child having autism, but I guarantee he doesn't treat his child like that.
You see, he's saying he got his child up and ready to go to school. Oh, okay. Wow.
her reasoning for sending Elijah to Jesse was because apparently Jesse was what they call the enforcer of the rules. He was like the alpha of the relationship.
Let me just say something real quick. Anybody want to come up here with us? Come up here if you want to. I'm gonna try to do this whole link shit one more time because I don't know, something was bugging me out earlier. I was trying, but I don't know. It was crazy, y'all. There we go. I know what I didn't press, the CTRL the last time. All right, there we go. I'm tripping. Some days I get it, it's like crazy.
Sometimes YouTube's been acting up too, so
it's crazy. If y'all want to come up with us, just bring your little pretty sexy mama cell phone up here. Hit that link and come on up. Hit that link and come on up. All right, let's see.
the enforcer of the relationship. And apparently, she wanted him to teach Elijah how to be a man. Remember, Elijah is 3 years old. Now, this whole thing apparently had started around Thanksgiving when she was having a conversation with Jesse about Elijah's behavior. And Jesse told her that she needed to try harder to stop it, to stop this 3-year-old's behavior. Oh my gosh, this crazy out of control 3-year-old. So in January, that was when she first sent Elijah to Jesse's house to help correct these behaviors. She admitted to basically giving Jesse free rein on how to discipline Elijah, besides just informing him of the discipline measures that she did not want used. So her examples of discipline that were used were praying, saying he was sorry, and apparently going over the 4 rules that he was supposed to memorize. Now, it's quite the contrast from what Jesse gave as discipline examples, but we're going to get there.
Yes. Please.
Also, in that same conversation, Katrina went on to say that she actually had been in Two Rivers, in that area, which is the complete opposite of what she had been saying prior. She went from saying that she hadn't been there at all to saying she actually had driven there on the night of the 16th, where she apparently saw Elijah on the couch. She said she left early the next morning, though. But by that point, the detectives seemed to have already pulled her phone records and had confronted her about her whereabouts, and that's when she had admitted to being there on the 14th before going back home. Police also found text messages between Katrina and Jesse from February 17th. The first one was at 6:39 p.m., and then another was 10 minutes later at 6:49 p.m. The messages were from Jesse to Katrina. Jesse said that he was angry that Elijah had overfilled his diaper with poop and pee, and he said that he gave Elijah a cold shower because of this. He followed it up by saying Elijah was clean, but scared. Jesse was formally interviewed the day that Elijah went missing, and during it, he said that Elijah was, quote, afraid of him. But then he started to correct himself, and then he changed it to saying, quote, he respects me. He went on to describe how Elijah was with him as a form of, quote, punishment for his bad behavior. Again, a 3-year-old. Now, the overall goal with this punishment was so that he could be taught that he needed to be good at Jesse's house and also be good at home. Jesse's exact verbiage was that he was trying to make Elijah understand that, quote, going home is a privilege for him. Can you believe that? Going home is a privilege for this 3-year-old boy. Now, you might be wondering, not only is that not crazy enough, but how on earth was Jesse trying to, quote, teach this 3-year-old or make this 3-year-old little boy Elijah understand that going home is a privilege?
It is.
Well, Elijah was often disciplined using timeouts. However, this was not your normal go sit down for 5 minutes type of timeout or anything like that. Instead, these timeouts were where Jesse had Elijah standing anywhere from between 1 to 3 hours. During the timeouts, Elijah was forced to either pray or repeat, I'm sorry, mommy. Now, Jesse said that the majority of the time that Elijah was with him, not only was he in timeout, but Jesse saw this as a form of, quote, boot camp for Elijah. When Jesse was asked what kind of bad behaviors Elijah had that warranted this type of punishment, at 3 years old no less, Jesse couldn't name anything specific. Nothing other than, quote, getting into things. So let's break that down for a second here, guys, because it is crazy. Jesse was forcing Elijah to stand for hours on end where he either had to pray or say, I'm sorry, mommy, because he was getting into things. Now, this really goes without saying, but getting into things is literally what 3-year-olds do. And going home is not a privilege for a toddler. It is the standard. It is the norm. It is where they are supposed to feel safe. So, I mean, from everything that I've gathered, it doesn't sound like the, quote, bad behaviors of Elijah, that these bad behaviors that he was displaying aren't developmentally normal for a 3-year-old. 3-year-olds should be testing boundaries. They should be throwing tantrums. That's part of them figuring out life, figuring out who's in control. What can I get away with? If I push back hard enough, will I get what I want? That is part of learning. They don't call it the toddler tantrums and the hellish years for nothing. So in Jesse's interview, he also said that Elijah isn't potty trained and that he usually changed his diaper at least once a day, which...
So let me ask you a question. How do y'all feel about discipline a 3 years old? How do y'all feel about that?
Well, his discipline is wrong. If my child does something wrong, they go into timeout for the amount of time of what their age is, and then they get up.
Right.
He was only 3.
He was only 3.
But my problem with this whole situation that she's explaining is he admitted to changing his diaper at least once a day. So that little boy had to go through punishment, or so to say, his discipline, and take a cold shower because the man didn't want to change him.
That's torture.
It is torture. How is that fair to him?
Right. Says, nope, you will not discipline a 3 years old, She said no. What you say, Debbie? What you think about discipline a 3 years old? Do you discipline a 3 years old? Yes, that is child abuse. But if it's
There's
a
no way to really discipline your child at all besides a potential timeout or just correcting them.
Right. Okay, so I think that and Debbie is not trying to feel that. All right, let's continue.
Let me back that up for a second. It's relatively normal for not all 3-year-olds to be potty trained and still be in diapers or pull-ups or something like that. What is not normal is to only change that diaper or pull-up once a day. So Jesse said that the last time that he changed his diaper was before going to sleep on the 19th, which was the night before Elijah was reported as missing. Jesse said that around 8 or 9 p.m., he changed Elijah's diaper before then going to bed and watching the movie Ready Player One. Apparently that night, Jesse had 3 Budweisers, and he also took 1 muscle relaxer to help him sleep.
It's okay, but
Elijah wasn't allowed to watch this movie, though, because, and these are in Jesse's words, I put him in punishment. So instead of watching the movie, Elijah was standing either in the corner or by the bed next to Jesse.
To know what y'all had to
Jesse then said, and I quote, he gets pretty tired from, I guess, standing there. He went on to explain that he wasn't trying to be mean to Elijah, but he was simply trying to make him be more respectful. When asked how long Elijah was punished that night, Jesse said for probably 2 to 3 hours. Investigators then asked Jesse what happens if Elijah gets tired or tries to sit down, to which Jesse said, I'll say, do you want the cold water?
Whoa.
Now, I'm not sure what kind of reaction the investigators had when Jesse said that because the affidavit doesn't say, but apparently right after Jesse said that about cold water, he started to backtrack a little bit. And he said he's fine. It's not like his knees are shaking or he's about to fall over or anything like that, as if that makes it less severe. The interview went on, and Jesse recounted the morning of the 20th. He said he got up, got his son ready for school, saw Elijah asleep on the futon sofa in the living room, and then he took his son to the bus stop. He says that when he came back, he woke Elijah up to eat breakfast. Jesse said that Elijah ate some cereal without milk. Then after that, they went into Jesse's bedroom. Jesse told Elijah to stand at the corner of or the foot of the bed and start to pray. Jesse said that Elijah wasn't allowed to do any fun things that morning because he was in timeout. And Jesse said that he didn't change Elijah's diaper that morning either because he was too tired. Not because Elijah was too tired, not that that would be an excuse anyway, but because Jesse was too tired to change his diaper. So investigators asked Jesse if Elijah had any toys at his apartment. And Jesse said yes, there was one. There was one that Elijah got around Christmas time. The toy was similar to a toolbox, but again, Elijah wasn't allowed to play with it. He wasn't allowed to play with this toy from February 12th to February 20th because he was in timeout.
Wait a minute.
Because he was in punishment, which that is the longest time form of a punishment for a toddler that I think I've ever heard of.
That is insane, man. What the fuck? Yo. Unbelievable. You said, what the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. And then I wonder if his son physically had to witness this stuff as well. Like,
right.
I don't feel like he did these things to his own child, but I'm sure his child witnessed it.
Right. Because he was living there. How that happened, but we have no idea. I would
Right.
love to. Why is the system doing this? Is this done on purpose? I don't know, because it's starting to really make me think that this shit is so backwards. It's done on fucking spite and purpose. So
Right.
damn mad right now. Because how are you? How you resentless for answers? It's okay, baby. You needed that rest, honey. You needed that rest. I changed it for tomorrow, mama. She wanna come up and I'm gonna do the other one. That is a brutal punishment. Exactly. This is horrible.
I mean, this almost goes back to like the Audrey Cunningham ordeal where Don Steven was like it was like an addiction, like he was getting a high reaction off of what he was doing. And it's almost like he was like getting like a high off of torturing this little boy.
Right. You know what's crazy is that what is the name of that? We talked about that before, remember? With the other case. Remember, I was like, so I wonder if there's a name for that people get it's like not a sexual thing, but they get off of torturing. Like you said, of torture. This don't make no sense. Cynthia said, oh wait, I missed it. Hold on. Cynthia said that this is sad. I have a 3 years old. Hell no, they don't know how they're still learning, right? They still learning. Did you see that movie I was telling you yesterday, Relentless? Oh man. Debbie said that poor child. I know, Debbie. This is bad. I'm glad I put it on her because she know a lot of information on this. Go ahead, girl. Do your thing.
I'm just saying this kind of as a sidebar too. I've done a lot of research of timeouts because I have a toddler who is 4 years old and
Look at that,
sometimes needs to be reeled in a little bit. And everybody has their own belief in timeouts, what the length should be, if timeout should be a thing or not.
Right.
But I remember recently reading that a timeout shouldn't be longer than however old that kid is. And I think the exact math was it's 1 minute for each year of age, because
interesting. I think I heard something like that before though.
They're so young and their brain is so little that they're unable to comprehend time longer than that and like what that punishment goes to. Sorry, I'm conveying this really poorly. But basically that if you put a 4-year-old in timeout for 20 minutes, the effectiveness is going to lose after 4 minutes because their brain can't adapt to that. So anything after a 4-minute time period, it's just kind of like cruel and unusual punishment because they're not understanding. And at that point, they're even forgetting why they're in timeout to begin with. And it's just not as effective. But here, little 3-year-old Elijah wasn't in timeout for 3 minutes. He wasn't in timeout for 5 minutes. He wasn't even in timeout for 3 hours. He was in timeout for 8 days. So they asked Jesse what happened if these timeouts weren't working.
Crazy.
To which Jesse replied that he would usually give Elijah an ultimatum. And usually that ultimatum was saying, do you want cold water? Jesse said that Elijah didn't like cold water, although Jesse wasn't sure why. But he would use that as like whatever method he would use to taunt him. Like, well, you're not going to do this. What? You want me to get the cold water? You want cold water? And like, what a horrible thing to do. A fear tactic for a 3-year-old little boy. I understand like little ultimatums or negotiating with toddlers here and there, which maybe you won't agree, but like being like, eat all your dinner or you're not going to get dessert, or clean your room or
Right.
brush
Yeah,
your teeth,
yeah,
or you're
yeah,
not
yeah,
going to be
yeah.
able to like sleep in bed with mommy because he sleeps in bed with me every night. But like, you get what I mean? Not like a fear tactic. So, additionally, investigators asked Jesse what kind of things Elijah usually ate whenever he was with him. Jesse responded, he said
Yes, this
pizza,
is crazy
noodles,
relentless.
cereal, and other similar items. That's a direct quote. But then, apparently, he went on to say that Elijah was still bottle fed and that Jesse was trying to get him to eat regular food. But he
What?
was unable to provide any other details about food. So clearly something shady was going on here, but we don't
Wait a
exactly
minute.
know what.
Bottle
You have
feed.
Jesse and Katrina clearly taking extreme measures in trying to get a 3-year-old to basically not act like a 3-year-old, which apparently they couldn't handle, and they felt the need to take drastic measures, which ultimately led to both of their arrests within the first 24 hours of Elijah's disappearance.
When I might be wrong. First of all, this is whole fucked up. This is so sad. Relentless for answers. The link is down there, Mama. If you want to come up, you can join me and Katie. We the only ones up here. I told that anybody want to come up, y'all could pop up. But I'm doing the other live for Adam Wash tomorrow because we just into this right. We're into this, and there's so much layers it seems to this. Like it's just deep. This is another. Oh wow. You fine? You good down there, Mama? All right, cool. You agree, Cynthia? Yeah, this is something else. This is horrible. No fear tacit that I didn't know I okay through or until you feel that.
The other
That is
thing that
so
doesn't sit well with me either is that he drank and took a muscle relaxer the night before he went missing.
really.
Yeah. He
So he
claims
drunk.
that he drank 3 beers and took a muscle relaxer.
The night that baby went missing. Wow. You know what I was gonna damn, what the fuck what was I gonna say? Damn. I forgot. But let's continue. Yeah, feel better, Mama. He's definitely a monster. He's a monster. We got more words for him though, besides monster. I forgot what the other word, demonic, right, Katie? He's demonic.
Yes.
There was something I was gonna say about this. Damn.
Now, it's also important to note that the only person who can verify any of the things that Jesse said regarding the timeline of the night before and the morning of Elijah's
Devil.
disappearance is Jesse's son. Jesse was charged with child neglect, and Katrina was charged with party to child neglect. Katrina's charge was a little bit different since technically she wasn't the one disciplining him, but she did know that Elijah wasn't being cared for properly, and she did know about the discipline methods that Jesse was using. She was also charged with 2 counts of obstructing an officer. Katrina was given a $15,000 cash bail, and Jesse was given a $20,000 cash bail. And they were told that if they do make bail, they cannot have any contact with each other or any minor under the age of 18. This includes Elijah's sister, who has since been removed from Katrina's care and allegedly has been placed with family, although I haven't been able to confirm that. So they're still in jail, but there's still a bigger issue here, because where is Elijah?
Wednesday night, Two Rivers police going before the cameras for the first time in the search for 3-year-old Elijah Vue.
I assure them and the public that we are doing everything in our power to bring Elijah home safely.
Investigators pleading for help from the public.
Anyone with any information, no matter how insignificant it may seem, please come forward and share that.
But not sharing any new information or answering questions from 12 News.
Can you talk a little bit about why this rose to the level?
Larry's not just a fan, he's a mic. So no wind or rain will extend.
Of an Amber Alert, just talk about certain.
dozens of community members, many who don't even know the family, searching for Elijah Wednesday.
It was about this case too.
Where is he? The boy reported missing Tuesday morning by what police are calling an adult caretaker. Family heartsick and worried.
Why did they just don't say
explain what we're going
the
through? I
baby
know
mother's
we're
man,
our
boyfriend?
hearts are very heavy right now at this time. You know, we're all trying to be very hopeful.
Now, the search for Elijah has been massive. Immediately upon finding out that he was missing, the local police department made use of every possible resource that they could. This includes the Wisconsin Department of Criminal Investigations, the
He's definitely a
FBI,
monster.
a child missing, National
Demon.
Center for Missing and Exploited Children, all the county agencies, fire departments, social media posts, drones, canines, helicopters, boats, dogs. I mean, even teams of officers and agents out on foot speaking with people door to door. Law enforcement also encouraged neighbors or anybody in the area to look at their home surveillance cameras or search their
I would
personal
be
property,
out there
hoping
helping
that
if
some
I
sort
was
of tip
out
will be
there. I
generated.
know
There will be
that's right.
some
Me
sort
too,
of
babe.
lead. On the night of the 20th, reporters
I'd be
outside
so
Jesse's
far from
apartment
these
complex
cases.
saw investigators collect a small slip-on shoe and put it into an evidence bag.
The cemetery is where law enforcement has set up a mobile command unit for the night, but we've seen the community walking up and down these sidewalks, most who don't even know Elijah, calling out his name, searching for him. Take a listen. Elijah!
Wow.
Crowds scanned sidewalks and yards, yelling for the missing 3-year-old. 12 news cameras capturing law enforcement focus on a multi-unit apartment building, collecting evidence from the dumpster and collecting a small slip-on shoe into an evidence bag. It's the same kind of shoe officials say Elijah had on the last time anyone reported seeing him. Canine
Louisiana.
officers are scanning the area for any scent trail that might lead to Elijah. Tonight, we heard from people in the community who had been outside searching for hours.
As a mom of 3, my first thought was devastation. I would certainly hope that if it was my own child, my community would step in just as much as
Right?
everybody is right now for this
That's
little
right.
boy. Working in healthcare, knowing what can happen being out for this long is definitely a scary thought for a little boy who's all by himself for almost 12 hours.
So, Kendall, police did not indicate someone took Elijah, nor did they provide a vehicle description. So how is this case elevated to the level of an Amber Alert? Well, Deanna, we put that question directly to Two Rivers Police and the Wisconsin Department of Justice. So far, neither agency is giving an answer to that question. We're going to continue pressing them for an answer.
On Thursday, February 22nd, police announced that although they hadn't found Elijah yet, they were still looking. They also said that they understand the public frustration, but that they could only release information that wouldn't jeopardize the investigation. This came after there was just so much confusion and talk about what was going on. Earlier that day, many people had seen a search happening at a landfill about 40 miles away, and there was a blue tent, which led them to begin questioning what was happening. Within their statement, police said that they were leaving no stone left unturned in the search for Elijah, and that they would continue to do searches like they had been doing in landfills and rivers.
It's now been 50 hours since authorities issued an Amber Alert for Elijah Vue. News Chopper 12 flew over Calumet County today as the FBI and police combed through a landfill in Hilbert.
That's nearly 40 miles west of Two Rivers, where police say Elijah was last seen. That's where 12 News' Kendall Keys is live tonight. Kendall, authorities have 2 people in custody.
Elijah's mother and another man who lives in this apartment building where investigators have been searching and collecting evidence. Right now, both are in custody. I'm told both are held on child neglect charges. The search for missing 3.
You think they're gonna start talking? Telling where that baby at?
I don't believe Jessie will. The mother may if they keep prying, but I don't know. She's already given multiple stories.
Damn. Jesus. No, you don't think so, Relentless? They just gonna have to find the baby on his own, right? No, Cynthia, you don't think so? You knew what you think. And Kathy
B.
Kathy B, what you think? Thank you, baby. Yeah, I know me. It's so many damn cases. My mind is fried. Yes, I think they will never admit unless they find the baby. And they both got records too, Resentless. Most likely not. Damn. I don't know. I'm praying that the mother, since she does have his sibling, that she will have a heart left and say something more. You know what I'm saying? Because she do have another child out there. And that is that baby's brother or sister. What is it, a girl, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know, y'all. It's crazy. I
Year-old
want to ask you
Elijah
another
Vue crossed
question.
county lines
But I'm
Thursday. News
gonna
Chopper 12 capturing exclusive video of FBI
wait.
agents in hazmat suits searching a landfill in Calumet County. Heavy machinery working near a blue tent. The FBI telling 12 News they're assisting Two Rivers police in their investigation of the missing boy, but would not say what, if anything, they found.
Chief, do you have the suspects right now? And where are the mother and father in all of this?
Sorry, we're not going to
Me
take any
too,
questions.
Debbie.
Thank you.
The search follows a news conference Wednesday night with Two Rivers Police, where investigators refused to take questions and revealed very little about the investigation. 12 News learning police arrested Elijah's mother, Katrina Bauer, and another man early Wednesday morning. They're currently being held on child neglect charges.
Nobody's confirming anything at this point. So we're just kind of like lingering around, and hopefully we can get some answer from anybody at this point.
So the search for little Elijah is still ongoing. Just this past Sunday, the 25th, there were a total of 16 search parties that were out, covering a total of 57 miles in the area. Elijah's uncle, Orson Vue, spoke to the media and said that the family was mentally and emotionally drained. But they've been uplifted by seeing strangers organize their own searches and seeing the encouraging messages that they have received from all around the U.S. and even beyond that.
The search for 3-year-old Elijah Vue, investigators are bringing in more tools. Meanwhile, the Vue family pushing onward with its own search.
We are outside McGee Elementary School. As the search for Elijah Vue expands, this has become a staging area for law enforcement. We've seen local and state investigators and even FBI personnel throughout the day. One new
Kathy
element
B, you
Saturday
going to sleep,
is the use
baby?
of air resources in the ongoing effort
Good night,
to
Mama.
locate this toddler. Law enforcement wraps up its search Saturday without finding Elijah Vue.
Kathy B, you
But they
think
had
that
more
they're
help
gonna
on this
find
day
him?
from
You
above.
think that
Wings of Hope, Wisconsin, and North Star Rescue joined the effort.
they're
Two
gonna
Rivers
tell where
Police
the
Chief
baby's
Ben
at?
Meinert says the focus was on waterways, particularly the East and West Twin Rivers that give this community its name.
Mentally, emotionally, both me and my family were all drained.
On the ground, about 10 minutes to the south,
Who's
members
that
of the
guy?
Vue family
Father?
combed through a wooded area outside Manitowoc. Elijah's uncle, Orson
Oh,
Vue,
the uncle.
says the family appreciates the outreach from strangers organizing their own searches to a flood of supportive messages.
I think I speak for myself and my family when I say we are so grateful for all of you and the authorities that are working on this investigation.
Vue says he followed along Friday when Elijah's mother, Katrina Bauer, had a bail hearing on child neglect charges. He says the Vue family hasn't seen Elijah since he was about 6 months old.
And to see him like this, again, for the first time in how many years,
that's sad.
it's gut-wrenching, heartbreaking, all those bad emotions.
Prosecutors say Bauer gave Elijah to Jesse Vang, who is also facing child neglect charges. The reason was for discipline, and prosecutors say Bauer knew about the, quote, tactics Vang would use, but did not specify what that meant. At this point, Vue says the family is withholding judgment.
We're not going to rule anything out, but we're not going to, just come out and put blame on one particular person and say they did this or that when nobody really even knows anything yet.
Popeye's new chicken wings make no sense. Marinated in Louisiana spices, hand battered and flipped, and then we have...
Both Bauer and Vang are set to appear in court again on Monday afternoon. The police chief, Ben Meinert, here in Two Rivers, confirms the investigation has gone beyond northeast Wisconsin. The search is also taking place in Wisconsin Dells, where Bauer lives. Reporting in Two Rivers, AJ Bayatpour, CBS 50.
Now, I just have to say, in my opinion, poor little Elijah was let down by his own mom, who left him with a man that had a previous child abuse charge among his lengthy criminal record. See, his past charges,
I
Jesse's
find
past
chicken wings are
charges
so
included
good.
criminal damage,
Cynthia.
battery by prisoner, manufacturing cocaine, 2 possession of cocaine charges, fleeing an
You right
officer,
about that.
resisting, obstructing an
This is.
officer,
Can't
and
lie.
bail jumping. Now let's talk about
KFC
Katrina,
chicken wings
Elijah's
are so
mom, a little
good.
more. Elijah's older sister was born in May of 2017. Elijah was born in 2020. Their father is a man named Jimmy, and Katrina was with Jimmy until February of 2021. She posted a video on her TikTok showing pictures of bruises and other injuries that her abuser, aka Jimmy, had inflicted on her, and that was until she left. The video was posted in March of 2023 and was basically showing how much she has healed and how far she has come. And honestly, it is a touching video. Now, around this same time in February of 2021, Jimmy was arrested on a slew of charges. He went to trial in October of 2022, and he was convicted of physically harming a child, high probability of great harm, possession of a firearm as a convicted felon, battery, disorderly conduct, possession of THC with intent and possession of methamphetamine. I mean, just not the person you would necessarily want around your children.
Oh, Lord.
He's currently serving several years in prison, however, has recently filed an appeal just this month. According to Katrina's own posts, after leaving Jimmy, she didn't have a home. She also lost custody of both children just 2 months later in April of 2021. Katrina posted a TikTok in March of 2022 saying her kids come home from foster care on April 14th, 2022. So since then, she has had custody of both children. There's not much known about what was going on between then and when she started hanging out with Jesse in November of 2023. We don't know if any abuse was going on before or what. However, Elijah's older sister is on the spectrum. Katrina has been known to reach out to others on social media for help in handling some of the challenges that she was having with her daughter. And I want to be clear that I'm not bringing these up to bash her for asking for help in Facebook groups or anything like that, because I do think that most of us who are moms have reached out to at least someone at one point or another asking for advice on how to handle a certain situation or how to problem solve or something like that. So I'm just trying to give you a little bit more insight into what may have been happening in their home. In one Facebook
Wait, did she just say Katrina reached out to people on Facebook groups?
Yes.
Okay. So she was reaching out for, I guess, advice on how to be a better parent in Facebook groups.
She was reaching out on ways to help with her daughter that's on the spectrum.
Right, with her daughter and stuff, which is cool. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I was just, wow, okay.
Right, but it makes me wonder what made things change for Elijah's sake. Why wasn't she doing that for him?
Right, why was it? Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, Debbie, just like the Audrey Cunning case. Ain't this something? That's what Katie said earlier. Yeah, that's why this case just got me, and I just saw this case yesterday. That's why I said to her, we do the other live tomorrow. I ain't want to stop this one, not yet. You know what I mean? It's just too much. I wanted to find out more. Did you see his past? Oh, she's talking to charges. Oh my goodness.
Group. She wrote about how she was basically at her wit's end and didn't know what to do with her daughter's violent outbursts, and she was asking for advice. She said she's physically and emotionally drained and barely has the energy to do anything else other than deal with her meltdowns and with her violence. At the end of the post, she says it's gotten to the point that all she does is yell at her. If that's true, there's a Facebook post by a woman that kind of corroborates Katrina's statement. Now, I can't confirm if any of this is true since it was posted in a Facebook group, but one woman posted that she allegedly lived below Katrina at an apartment complex in Wisconsin Dells. She says, quote, I called the cops multiple times, and I know other tenants did too because of the way that she was always screaming at her kids and yanking them around by their arms. She did not let those children act like children at all. The kids would stand in their bedroom window and bang on it every time we were outside just to wave and say hi, and then they would get screamed at. Every time that the cops came to check on them, they would come back to us and tell us that they didn't see anything that caused concern, and that there was so much noise up there because Katrina washes her dishes kind of loudly. I tried so many times to tell them something was not right in that apartment, and I was ignored every time. This was also usually well after 10 p.m. that we would call because she was still screaming at them and waking my own family up. My son couldn't even use his bedroom because it was directly below her living room, and the screaming and the banging was too loud for him to be able to sleep. It went on all night, most nights. I reported it to the apartment manager, who did nothing but had me talk to Katrina and exchange phone numbers in hopes that I would contact her instead of the police if it was too loud up there.
Right now, breaking news, the FBI is now offering a reward up to $15,000 in the search for a missing boy in Manitowoc County.
3-year-old Elijah Vue was reported missing 1 week ago today. His disappearance sparked an Amber Alert.
Do police believe Elijah left that residence on his own?
Again, I can't speculate. I will say that, again, when we're talking about the Amber Alert that we put out, people wanted me to speculate on an abduction versus endangered. At this point, what I do know is a child was missing in cold temperatures, winter temperatures, in relatively little clothing and possibly a blanket. That's what we're searching for, and we'll continue to search for until I get some answers.
To anyone who may have information about Elijah's whereabouts,
that's the family.
To please come forward. Your courage, your compassion, your willingness to speak up may hold the key to Elijah's safe return.
And Kendall, we also learned today the FBI pitched in with a reward.
Okay.
Joyce, that 15,000
little boy just basically vanished
into an evidence bag. It's the same kind of shoe officials say Elijah had on the last time anyone reported seeing him. K-9 officers are scanning the area for any scent trail that might lead to Elijah. Tonight, we heard from people in the community who had been outside searching for hours.
As a mom of 3, my first thought was
saw that, right? I messed it up. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, it was close to the end.
Yeah. There we go.
Sir, I want my
Spectrum Business is made to work the way
that's the
small business
grandmother.
works. Made to deliver award-winning security technology. Made to connect and protect every device. And made to keep your business network your business. Spectrum Business, made to work.
No matter what type of severe asthma you have, Tespire can help you have fewer asthma attacks and breathe better. Tespire.
Also to be home with my family. So I want everybody to continue. Don't stop. Just searching for my baby Elijah. We want him to be safe and with my family, and we love my grandson. Thank you, Father.
Elijah was being punished for being a 3-year-old. He was given cold showers for overfilling his diaper, which they weren't changing. And yet in Jesse's own statement, he said that on one occasion, he was too tired to change Elijah's diaper. So what's going on here? It seems to me like he was punished for simply existing because he was an inconvenience to these people. How can you punish a 3-year-old for things that are quite literally out of their control if you're just being lazy, you don't want to change their diaper, and you don't want to deal with the responsibility of being a parent or being an adult figure in their life? Kids have tantrums. Kids soil their diapers. Kids want to eat. Kids want to be kids. That's nothing to punish them for. It is just absolutely heartbreaking, and it just illustrates that not everybody is meant to be a parent.
Amen.
And I hate this case so much because it is so eerily similar to Quentin Simon. I am hopeful that there will be a rescue for little Elijah.
I hope so.
Do I think there will be?
Why do they keep posing like that?
I think it will probably be a recovery and not a rescue, but I certainly hope that I'm wrong. But as more information comes out in this case, I will definitely jump on here and update you guys. So if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, take a quick second to hit subscribe so that you don't miss those future updates.
I did put her link down there, y'all. So if y'all want to check out her channel, yes, please do. Because I do watch her. Damn. She put out a lot of information that the news sure did not tell us earlier. And we didn't even know it from Nancy Grace. Well, shout out to Nancy Grace, though, no shade. I like watching Nancy Grace. She was throwing shade at that boy, that man. He needed it coming. But wow, that was a lot. That was a lot. What you thinking, Katie? What you got? What you got to say?
I'm at a loss for words. This case is there's so much to it, and it's just the unknown and why.
Wow. Someone in the audience said he could have put that shoe. Oh, what you said?
He needs to be found. It's been too many days and too cold the temperatures.
Yeah, it's fucking winter out here. Shit. Snow, blizzard, storms. It was just a freaking raining just now over here. Somebody in the audience said he could have put that shoe and planned it. You think
Well, that's
he did?
what I'm wondering, if he did that or if he was trying to clean up and it was left behind. I don't know. I'm just praying to God that it's not a water recovery, because where he lives is 2 rivers, which the rivers end up flowing into Lake Michigan, which is huge. And who knows when he would be found.
I know trafficking is really big, but I don't know. I don't feel like he could have trafficked this kid. Maybe something went wrong, but you never know. I wouldn't even be surprised if he did.
I mean, I personally feel like something with discipline went wrong, but the mother was going back and forth, so I feel like she knows more than we really think.
I don't feel it's a trafficking case. I don't feel like it's a trafficking case either. I don't either. I don't know why I keep bringing that up. I think because that's on my mind from another case that I'm helping the lady out. And I
think
finally got her a
trafficking
phone number.
Yeah,
ahead.
and trafficking is such a big ordeal lately. And it's something that's not going to go away. It makes too much money.
Yeah. It's on my brain. It's just on my brain. The mother that I interviewed the other day, y'all.
Yeah.
We finally got her in touch with a trafficking organization.
Well, that's good.
Because I actually have reached out to them. Somebody said that they're really good and they deal with them and stuff like that, and they legit. So I was like, oh, okay. And it's somebody that me and Shiver Nation used to deal with too. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna check them out, because I'm looking for some people to come on here and give my audience some advice on human trafficking, how to be safe, and maybe share a story and spread some awareness. You know what I mean? So I reached
absolutely. Or give us, context of what to watch for and things like that.
Right. So I reached out to this organization and she was like, sure, we would definitely come on your platform. We would just do a Google, I guess, a FaceTime with me first and, talk about it, and then pick a day and time or whatever. And then I said, I have a parent that really needs your help though before this. Like, she really needs your help. So she was nice enough to give me the phone number to give it to the lady that I interviewed, y'all. So
That's good because she needs some sort of help. I don't want you risking your own life because that's very scary. And then, unfortunately, she told police run away, so they're not doing anything at this matter. They just think she's going to return at some point.
And what happened today was she messaged me and said her daughter called. Her daughter called and told her, stop looking for me. I hate you. I don't want to be bothered with you. Leave me alone. But someone was whispering to her daughter in the background, like coaching her.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so I definitely said trafficking. It's just so that's why I keep saying trafficking on this because it's just in my mind. So I reached out to the trafficking organization, the lady that's going to be coming on here for y'all. And then I said, I need help. This lady needs help. I interviewed her and this is what's going on, blah, blah, blah. So I got her connected with this lady. So let's pray everything goes well. And I will keep y'all posted with more for that, okay? But yeah. Yes, y'all. Let's see. Wait, before we go anything, let's see if she messaged me anything. Maybe we got some other good news about it. No. Okay. So wait, wrong one. She messaged, send me something. Sis. I don't know what video she's sending me right now. But she sent me at 8 something. I'm just so tired. I will call her tomorrow. Because I have to do stuff with another case that someone sent me. It's not getting no awareness. Another boy went missing and his mother needs help. So I'm going to put out a video on that. But I want to say thank y'all so much. While y'all have y'all on here, let me just share this. I'm going to put out a video on it. But I did hear that this young man is missing. Let me put it out. Well, I'm going to put another video out, but I want to show you ladies while we're here now, okay? And then I'll go. Share the screen again real quick. To Facebook. Just so you could share it and let it, something. Know that this young man is missing. The advocate that I'm working with, I'm supposed to be, we're working together. Gonna be doing some things together. He asked me, can I put this out? It's urgent, please. Let's get Oliver Bamboza, I'm not saying his name right, but Barboza back ASAP. He is from Branton area, but last seen in Dependency MO. What's MO, y'all? And last contact around Friday, February.
I think it's Montana, but I could be wrong.
All right, so he was last seen February 7th. No, Missouri Highway Patrol, Missouri.
That's right, it is Missouri.
Another Missouri. Yeah, right, because he worked cases in Missouri. That's wow. So he's missing. It's not saying a lot though here. What the hell? What is this? All right, I'm gonna look into this. I'm gonna post it. But yeah, it's this young man. He's been missing February 7th. That's a few weeks ago. Like that's almost a month now. By next month on the 7th, it would be a month. His name is Brandon. No, his name is Oliver. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna dig into that, and we'll talk about that. Okay. Brandon, Missouri. Yes. Yes, Cynthia. Thank you, babe. His name is Oliver. So I am going to get a video out there and put that out there together. When I do, please post it. This young man is missing. His mother's saying basically she needs help, and there's nothing posted about him.
I was
Let me
gonna
see if
say
I
this
could.
is the first I've heard of him.
Yeah. Okay, I can see it a little better here. February. Damn, there's no information. Okay, so he is 19 years old. That's the only thing that they sharing. There's nothing on him. What the hell? Hold on. Let me see something, y'all. I'm gonna share the screen. I'm just saying if we can find something on here real quick. All right, so I'm on YouTube. He's 19, mama. You know, young kid, man. Look, another Amber Alert. 9 hours ago. Amber Alert issued for 12 years old girl who's been missing. All right, I'm gonna come back to that. Damn. Yeah, there's nothing on him. Did y'all know about a Amber Alert today from Houston?
There's a lot of
Oh
Amber Alerts.
shit! Police suspect missing Houston girl could be victim of sex trafficking.
Please.
But leading us off this hour, the desperate search now underway for a 12-year-old girl at the center of an Amber Alert.
Her name is Imani Hughes. She's been missing for nearly a week, and police think she may be the victim of trafficking. She was last seen last Thursday leaving in a dark-colored truck on Water Chase Drive near the intersection of Beltway 8 in Hillcroft. That's near Missouri City. Our Troy Kless is live from the area tonight. Troy, I know you spoke to her mother today.
Yeah, Len, and the mom was frustrated
Yeah,
with
I'm
the
going to
delay
cover
in
this.
issuing
Yeah,
the
we
Amber
need to
Alert,
visit
but
this.
the Houston Police Department is
On my
searching
notebook.
this Southwest Houston neighborhood and beyond to find her. This 12-year-old girl is Imani Hughes. She loves posting TikToks, cooking, and hairstyling.
She's the boss. I'm gonna say she's the boss. Yeah, she runs everything. And it's
Imani
just
Hughes, 12 years
so
old
hard.
missing.
It hurts.
Imani's mom, Shannon Williams, says on Thursday night, her daughter asked her to wake her up for school early. About 30 to 35 minutes later, Williams says she checks in each of her kids' rooms.
She's not there. And it's been 6 days. I haven't heard anything from her. No contact. No, nothing.
Houston police say she left in a dark Dodge Ram pickup truck. Video of her last sighting shows her walking towards the truck outside her house around the time of her disappearance. Houston police believe
Right
that
there.
Imani might be a trafficking victim, but her family tells us they're not sure why she would leave.
And not knowing where she is, what's going on with her, if she's okay, if she's harmed, if she's alive, and it's heartbreaking.
Houston police tell us Imani was reported missing the day of the disappearance, but the Amber Alert was issued days later after detectives got additional information.
Like I say, everybody is depressed. Is depressing at this moment because
Let's see
we
that
don't have
thing again.
anything
Hold
right
on.
now. And
She
Amber
was
Alert
walking.
just being issued out.
And the mom says that Imani was wearing a white crop top and pink joggers. Now, she also had an Android tablet with her, but Houston police say she left in a dark Dodge Ram pickup truck. Video of her last sighting shows her walking towards the truck outside her house around the time of her disappearance. Houston police believe that Imani might be a trafficking victim, but her family tells us they're not sure why she would leave.
And not knowing where she is, what's going on with her, if she's okay, if she's
She had to
calm,
know the
if she's
person.
alive,
Yep.
and it's heartbreaking.
Houston
He
police
probably
tell
met
us
the
Imani
person
was
on the
reported
internet.
missing the day of the
I
disappearance,
want to
but
share
the
something
Amber
with
Alert
y'all
was
before
issued
we go.
days later after detectives got additional information.
Like I said, everybody is depressed. Is depressing at this moment because we don't have anything right now in the Amber Alert just being issued out.
They could not zoom in on the license
And the
plate.
mom says that Imani was wearing a white crop top and pink joggers.
I
And
know.
she also had an Android tablet with her, but attempts to track that tablet have been unsuccessful. Now, if you know anything about this case, you're asked to contact Houston police. We're live in Southwest Houston. Troy Kless, KHOU 11 News.
We have more breaking.
Recording.
Wow. So this is an Amber Alert. If I was not looking for this other missing child, I would have not known about this one. Imani Hughes, 12 years old girl who has been missing since Thursday. Dark colored truck and water drive. Daniel Robinson still missing too. Look at this. Daniel Robinson. Nearly 2 years. Daniel Robinson
Right now on
still
12
missing.
News, it's been almost 2 years since geologist Daniel Robinson was last seen in the Arizona desert. Now, police are releasing new details in the case and more than 100 pages of reports in the investigation. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mark Curtis.
And I'm Kariba Devine. Team 12's Jonathan McCall spoke with
Daniel
Robinson's
Robinson.
father and has his reaction.
Tonight, a new report is providing more details into the June 2021
He was at
disappearance
work.
of geologist Daniel Robinson.
Right
Family
there.
member who's going through pain for almost 2 years now, searching for my son. It's not easy.
Robinson
Going on
last
3
seen
years,
driving
June
away from a
23rd.
work
You
site
knew
in the
covered this
desert near
case.
Buckeye. A month
And my
later,
friend,
a ranger would find his Jeep in a
Trail
ravine,
Nation. Well, a whole bunch,
crash
a
with
lot
the
of people
airbags
covered this
deployed.
case.
Daniel
But
nowhere to be found, but his personal items still inside.
I'm still housing forensics that should be taken care of.
The 128-page report released by Buckeye Police provides details not previously shared in the case, including Tempe Police helping to process Daniel's electronic devices, the FBI being briefed for a second time about the case, the agency offering help but not an investigation. Plus, Daniel's cell phone pinging at the crash site at 10 o'clock the morning that he was last seen, despite his car being found a month later.
You put a cell phone there, but you can't put my son there. And that's the question that we have and from my investigative standpoint.
David Robinson, Daniel's dad, is conducting his own independent investigation
and he sure
says he knew
did.
nothing about the release of the report until 12 News shared it with him. In it, investigators reveal using cameras to search a 970-foot well in January of this year. Human remains found in the area that were not Daniel's, and even possible sightings of Daniel. David Robinson says he's been in contact with the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office about possibly receiving even more help in the case.
There's clothing that was found at the scene that my family and I do not recognize. We're asking the Maricopa County to test those clothing and to verify that they belong to my son.
June 23rd will mark the 2-year anniversary since Daniel Robinson's disappearance. Buckeye police say that the case is still open and active and that they're seeking any and all tips that can help them as part of their investigation. We're in Phoenix tonight. Jonathan.
Look at that. Look at that. But the other one from Missouri, he is not on here, y'all. He is not. He is not. I say he is not. He is not. Sad. You don't think those were his clothes, Mama? We're going to talk about him too on here. There's so many cases. So many tragedies, so many sad families, so many unsolved cases. So many cases that goes back, that people seem to forget about. Don't talk about. The news don't talk about it. If it's not a high rate of numbers, you're not going to get on the news. So just stop. If you're not going viral and you ain't got this, you ain't going to get crump as your lawyer. So stop. This is a fucked up world, man. This is so okay. It's backwards. It's so backwards. Thank y'all for joining Brooklyn Squad, Real Life Drama, Real Life Crimes. I appreciate you so much. I really, really do. Katie, thank you for coming up here. This was a pleasure. I appreciate you for rocking with me so much.
Oh, you're so welcome.
I will see y'all tomorrow. Thank you for my moderators. Thank you for the chat. This was, wow, a lot. This was a lot, and this reminded me of the case that the trial we just was looking at. And I really, really hope and pray that they find this little boy. But it ain't looking good. It's really not. I hope and pray that these, I don't want to say monsters. I think that's too good of a name for them. Creatures, no, that's even a good name. Demonics, things. Oh, before we go, I wanted to show y'all something. Hold on 1 minute. 1 minute. Like, I hope these demonic creatures, right, have some type of pure something in their spirit and their heart and tell where our baby's at. Kids on the internet at all ages. I'm telling you because I witnessed it myself. Check this out in the comment section. Let me see if I can pull it up on my thing. Okay, all I gotta do is go to YouTube, right? Let me show y'all something. Give me 1 minute. Let me just look for it. Damn, where it is? Where it is? Where it is? Oh man, where the fuck is it? Anyway, I'm not gonna spend it all day looking for it, but I just wanted to tell y'all, right, real quick. My videos is 18 age and over. I don't know how and why there was an 11 years old girl I was talking to because she commented on my video today. And I didn't know she was 11 years old. Then I found out she was 11 years old. And I said, little girl, do your mother know that you were on the internet? And she says, yes, I actually use my mother's cell phone. She's 11 years old watching my videos. I said, please be careful. Has anybody tried to talk to you on the internet that you don't know? And if they have, please do not talk to them. Those are bad, bad people. If you watch my video, you know what type of crime I do, what type of stuff I do. I try to help good people that, is they family that has children your age that is on the internet would get tricked into people that say they're your age, like 12, 13, 14, when they're grown men, and they would try to trick you. And then we can't find y'all. So she was like, no, don't worry, I'm safe. It just scared me.
It is very scary because if she's just doing that to you, that means she's going to talk to anybody.
Right. Oh, Katie.
And I know just with my oldest being 10, I am constantly checking her phone.
Right.
In any all apps she's on.
And that was the thing right there when you said, if she's doing this to me, she's talking to anybody.
And unfortunately, that falls back on the parent not monitoring it.
And she said, it's my mother's phone. My mother let me use it. And she got her own YouTube channel.
Oh my.
Girl. How did she even get to my comments when everything is 18 years and older and it says, and I click no children?
Well, for one, she probably lied about her age on her
Or she's under
account.
her mother's account.
And for two, she probably searched something that popped up one of your videos.
Yeah, because she was under one of my, hold on, let me show you right now, y'all. It's in studio. There we go. It's weird. It was on an Amber Alert that she commented on. Here it is. It was on the Amber Alert, and she has said, the first comment she said, it don't matter because something. I still wouldn't care. It doesn't matter since it's not in my area. And I was like, well, what about if it was in your area? And that's when she said, I still wouldn't care since I'm a kid and they expect us to look, but why would we? It's not our child or someone we know. Every time an Amber Alert has this in Tennessee for a reason, we accidentally set it there when we're in Pixon. I don't know what that means. Forged for a long, long time.
It's supposed to be when they're in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Oh, okay. So I said, how old are you, my love? And that's when I found out she was 11. And I just had a whole I was like, oh my God.
That's
and
scary.
I said, 11. I said, please don't talk to strangers on here. Please be very careful. Do your parents know you have a YouTube channel, love? Because I clicked on her thing, and that's when I found out she has a YouTube channel. And then she said, "Oh yes, my parents know my channel is on my mom's phone, but I am very far away from Pickstone Forge." And she says, "I'm sick with the virus. I have a stomach virus." And I said, "I hope you feel better." The reason I asked is because I show how bad people are trying to get young girls on the internet and harm them. They will act like they're your age, but they're grown men. It's not don't grown men. It's not say so don't speak to these people on the internet. Please be careful, you know? And I said, my channel is for 18 and over. I'm surprised YouTube allowed you on. But please be careful. But thank you anyway for looking at my channel, but please be careful. She says, "Okay, I'm fine. I watch murder mysteries a lot, but thank you." Girl. The proof is in the pudding. 11 years old, got a YouTube channel on the internet. I could have been a predator for all she know. Luring her, and she would still have a conversation with me. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. And, unfortunately, it does fall back on the parent because a lot of parents think that electronics are a babysitter for kids. And they're not watching or monitoring what's going on.
So they said because it's her mother's account, not her. Right. It's her mother's account, so yeah. Debbie said, "I love your channel, Relentless, as well as Brooklynsquad. You really make a big difference." Oh, we appreciate you, Debbie. Thank you. But there's only that Relentless lives in Tennessee. Let me see. Mine's is too, but kids subscribe, but I don't. Yeah, that really just got me, I was like, oh man. Yeah, that was very sweet. Thank you. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all. And I'm just grateful that it was me that she was talking to and not, because I was able to put that in her ear about these people on here to be careful. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And she was on your live for some reason.
Right.
Or in your comments for a reason for you to say that.
Right. So hopefully she heard me. And 11 years old is smart, and I hope that if she's watching, baby girl, take your behind to sleep. Get off my channel, okay? Go night night. It's time to go bed. But be careful. Please be careful. And with that, everyone, have a blessed night. I will see y'all tomorrow. Keep your notifications on and be safe. If you're going out there and you got to go to work, take a different route. Try not to take the same route every day. Remember, human trafficking is big. They're always watching. If you see something that's not supposed to be in your car, do not touch it. Do not remove it. Pick up a stick, take it car somewhere and fling it, or take the shit to the police. Do something, but do not touch it. If you see money on the ground, do not pick it up. It ain't meant for you, baby. It has some type of chemical on it that's going to knock your behind out, because that's what the traffickers want. So please be very, very careful. Don't go out by yourself if you clubbing. If you go into the mall, take a buddy with you. It's buddy system, honey. Buddy up. You ain't got a buddy? Your mace, your 9mm, or something is your buddy. And with that, everyone have a blessed night. I will see y'all tomorrow. Keep your notifications on. This is Brooklyn Squad. Real life crimes, real life drama. Peace.